Oh wait, where's not Tetris?
Ellis,
What?
you must
Where's not
anger me
Tetris?
this way.
I need to. Hold
No,
on.
do sand Tetris.
Oh yeah, maybe we do Tetris, because this is a special
Tetris?
episode.
Oh, Sand Tetris.
Yeah, hold on. Itch.io run game. Hold on, I don't know how to. Jesus, it's loud. How do I? Hold on. Mute site. All right. I can figure that out in a second. So we'll do a round of Sand Tetris while everyone files in here, and if people show up in the audience here that can't get themselves in for whatever we can let people in if they are saying that they want to talk about a specific thing that we haven't covered yet. The music is a vibe. The music blew my eardrums out, Mopac.
Well,
Hold on, let me. Not Tetris. I want to do just screen. Just screen. Let's see. I don't know what are the keybinds. Oh, apparently this level select. Is this the right thing?
levels. What?
Man arranges the blocks.
Oh no, this is not it. This is not it. Hold on. Sand Tetris. Oh, it's called Sandtris. Okay, I understand.
Sand Tris.
All right, turn off the music in the SFX. Okay. Oh, and I can't rotate things. Okay.
Rotate.
All right, that's that.
If you were to
I'm pretty sure
use
you
the
can
plane,
rotate.
I mean, I can't. I can't.
Um,
I mean, I can rotate things, but not in the same way that you can rotate stuff in not Tetris, which is what I'm too used to.
Hey Ellis,
We are
would you
reprogramming.
give me edit access on?
Oh yeah, I
Maybe
will.
this
I
next
will in just a second.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you might. I was just thinking you might have sent it to my old email. That's all.
No, if you request it, I'll give it to you. But
I did. Yep.
okay, then yeah, I'll do it in a second. This is harder than not Tetris.
It's hilarious.
This is awful. I mean, it's good and like it's bad, but it is good. Okay, hold on. Let's put this over here. Put this over here. Put this over here. Oh shoot, I don't like that. How? I don't understand the strategy here.
I don't understand what I'm doing with this thing. This is weird.
Whoa, this is cool.
It is
This
cool.
a trippy Tetris.
Yeah. People finally getting what they asked for. I can't see the chat if people are talking about it, but
Whoa.
Tetris if you're on like drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly, yeah,
This is cool.
it's Tetris on acid.
It's trippy, man.
Man.
Trippy, man.
Right, I can rotate stuff. Let's do that. Okay. But I mean, before I thought I was going to get in a really bad position, but I'm doing okay now. Let's... Oh, right, I forget that I can rotate things and how that could actually affect stuff. There goes that. There goes that. Let's put the red one over here, and this one over here. Some of these blocks I'm noticing, they don't slump as hard. They have a different kind of slump test.
Yeah, like they just sort of
Hey, did you watch episode 8? Of the
Yeah,
Big Dig?
I finally caught up the other day.
Oh, that episode was good. That's crazy.
It's good, and it's also funny because that stuff, like the engineering side of the Big Dig, is the stuff
That's just your job.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just these are the things that have been in the documentaries that I've watched for years and years and years. Because as a kid, I was watching all sorts of stuff about this. Because it was, it was, what's the word? It was live news. It was like it was actually happening in that moment. All the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Big dig.
What?
It's the big dig.
Yeah, and so learning it.
Not like the big dig.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
the
no,
big dig.
like the most surprising thing was how they opened the episode, and the
Oh,
guy who
man.
worked for Aggregate Industries, the whistleblower, and he was just like, "Yeah, if they asked me to testify under oath, I wouldn't even be able to say that one of those trucks of cement met spec."
Yep. It's wild. It's really funny though because was it the previous episode where they talked about the slurry wall?
No, the slurry wall was in episode 8 too.
Okay, yeah, because I remember watching that episode and going, TJ is getting to learn what a slurry wall is.
Yeah, that guy does a really good job of
Oh,
like explaining everything. Honestly, for a guy who's not an engineer,
yeah.
I like it. Check out the Big Dig podcast on GBH News by Ian Koss.
Yeah, I'd like to meet that guy. He seems really cool.
Yeah, I would love to. I kind of want to reach out to him and just be like, "Yo, love this." Maybe I should just comment on the video like a normal person.
No, just send him an email.
Well, I mean,
No, find his address and then mail.
Go to his house, yeah.
I know where you work.
Anyway,
Sounds
so
like the
for
wolf
the
under
people
your
that have showed up to Under Construction, but it's the Terminus podcast and are wondering what the hell's going on, the other folks here with me have access to the Terminus doc and the Cargo's doc, which is also in the description, and we're gonna try to cover some of the news in the next 2 to 3 hours, however long I feel like streaming, because otherwise it just wasn't gonna happen. It's been like 2.5 weeks since we've done a podcast. And between Locodome and me being sick and then me going away, it just wasn't gonna happen. So we're gonna try to do a show about train news, and also I'm gonna go build in Tolbrand while we do that. But for now, I'm playing Sand Tetris and we're just vamping.
With
Vamp,
slides.
vamp.
Yeah, but
Frump,
also
frump.
this is easy. This Sand Tetris is too easy. Honestly, I don't know how long I should go if I just keep winning. I mean,
I don't
I'm
know.
winning
It's just
so
really
much.
satisfying to watch, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
There was
I like it. It kind of looks like a mine when it like that. Yeah, it kind of looks like you're mining.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Because I'm way ahead of the stream, of course. But oh man, I should have gone down faster. I was gonna say something about something, but I don't remember what it was. Whatever, it's not important. Yeah. Sand
So what are we
Tetris.
doing? Just going through it all, or are we doing like the actual podcast?
I mean-
like news, or what's the plan?
We're
here?
gonna focus on the news, sort of like the half podcast that we've been doing. Okay, I'm not paying
Okay.
attention. I'm screwing it up. We're gonna focus on the news and just try to get through as much of it as we feel like getting through. Like it's not imperative that we get through all of it, of course. No! Oh, okay. All right, there. I played Santris. I hope everybody's happy. Let me also allow you guys to be editors. Oh, wrong button.
Who arranges the sand?
Somebody could have really. Somebody
Thanks
really
for
could have.
doxing our emails.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Go email all those people.
That's my name.
Email me. I will probably not respond to you.
Speaking of emails, I got a very interesting email earlier today about trading cards.
Is it a
What?
prince in Nigeria, or?
Yeah, actually, he says that he's an heir to a great trading card empire, and he wants to pass it all on to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. No, in seriousness, before we get on with the news, I just wanted to share this little story, which is one of the folks who gave us the rights to use his photograph bought a pack of cards. And
Okay.
he bought the pack of cards, and he received the pack of cards, but he did not get the card with his photograph.
Aw.
and he wrote me like, "Hey, so I opened this and I got two PRRI ones and no 1522. What do what gives? But so what's going on? What do I not understand?" Like he wasn't rude about it, obviously. He was just like, I didn't get this card. What do I have to do to get this card? And I sort of just wrote back and I said, "Oh, the packs are randomized. This is how it works." And conveniently, I know someone who has a pair of 1522s and wants one of the I1s, so I can, make a trade happen if you want. So I sent off that email, and hopefully we'll get a response. Because I was just sitting here like, well, I don't have one of the 1522s. I feel bad for him though, because it's his card. Hold on a minute. I think Gloria has a 1522, and Gloria keeps saying that they want boobs. So
As you do.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, and I totally respect that.
How much is let's see here.
What?
I've gotta check the price of that auction.
Oh, what, the I1?
Oh,
Yeah.
Or the I5 rather? Yeah, I looked at it earlier. It's the same. It hasn't gone anywhere.
How much is it?
The I1 is
140 bucks.
Oh, the I1 is more expensive. The I5 is
okay, but Ellis, it's an I1.
I don't want an
Well,
I1. I mean, I do kind of want an I1 because I don't have a freight engine, but I don't really want an I1. I want an I5.
You'll have a freight engine soon enough. Send me blount.
Well, you have other fish to fry, don't you? I don't want to clog your thing up.
Yeah, I know. I have many fish to fry.
Don't make fun of me,
Fish.
TJ.
No, I was making a reference to
Oh, right. Oh,
Let's Play.
fish.
Fish.
Oh,
Too
train
many fish
tickets.
Actually,
fly.
the I5 has gone down by like $1.
Because of the
Thank you,
exchange rate.
inflation rate. Mm-hmm.
I love the Japanese yen.
My
Keep
face went
depreciating
unstable
in value.
currency. Yeah.
Buy now, buy now.
Uh,
Buy.
Well,
sell,
we
sell,
buy
sell.
in like 2 days when the yen's even lower compared to the USD, and it's like 110 for this model versus.
yeah, I'm gonna be buying it from. I haven't even made my account yet. I'm probably gonna be buying it from a hotel room in Pittsburgh.
Wait, you're gonna buy the i5?
I might buy the i5. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
We are a bad influence.
You can run it with Don Nevin's i5.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, double heading i5s. I wonder if that ever happened. The
Probably
New Haven
once,
is
right?
the New Haven is not the kind of railroad that needs to double head anything ever.
Power
So
balancing.
yeah, I guess. I'm trying to. Can I click on the single pixel to move this screen? Okay. So I want you guys to take a moment and figure out what part of news we should jump into first. I'm trying to figure out how to get this to connect with this because I didn't line them up like an idiot.
What's like the big exciting news?
The MBTA
Cincinnati.
has once again broken.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
that's pretty exciting.
Well, they're actually going to close down the Green Line extension completely, aren't they?
It's just GLX? Okay, well, I mean, that's, yeah.
Well, like permanently? No.
No,
No,
just for
like
repairs.
Temporarily.
Yeah, they're like, we actually didn't want this.
Yeah, oops.
Like, we built this by accident. We didn't even know they were building it, actually.
Pressing the delete,
What's green?
the backspace button in locomotion to slowly pull up the track one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to connect these. I could bend it here, but yeah, I mean, it's
Where did I see this posted? I saw something that said, oh, maybe it was that. GLX
What?
closing. Oh.
yeah. There's that MBT. It's labeled MBTA. I'm sorry. It's
Oh, yeah,
I-
there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I was looking at I mean, it closes like every other day, so I wanted to make sure I was on the right one.
yeah. Is there any related MBTA stuff, or is it just like no, everything's screwed?
I love how Kavan has now started either on purpose or on accident sending links into freelance fictional railroads.
Oh God.
I think it's on purpose.
I,
It's undecorated. What do you mean?
I'm
You didn't
really-
even read it.
Kevon, can you
MPS, that's not what I want.
can
okay.
you send the link for that directly?
Let me find it.
Because
Oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's for Rapido cars.
Welcome to Under Construction.
I would ask for
Terminus
more.
podcast, and we're all horrible influences.
Yeah.
Welcome to
This
the
is
buying
this isn't a
podcast.
model buying podcast. We're supposed to be doing the news, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, hasn't the discussion-
Hello,
hasn't-
everyone.
Hasn't
I
This
bought
is-
more model train.
The goddamn
Yes, wait a
news.
second. We can make this into the model podcast. Let's fulfill Rail Pony's
Let's.
So
oh,
apparently,
damn it. I have to join the group.
I love what these. I
Okay.
love the Boston Globe's headlines or Boston.com's headlines for most popular right now.
Go on.
Holdovers movie review: A love letter to 1970s cinema. That's number 1. Number 2. Feds announce high-end brothel network bust in Massachusetts and
Nice.
No, not nice.
Well, I mean, not nice that it
Damn.
got busted, but it's No Nut November, so they had to take them down.
Yeah, they're like, you guys aren't doing anything, right? Number 3.
Yeah, man.
Here's a tentative schedule of all the planned MBTA shutdowns.
Yep.
Number 4. The MBTA plans to nix all speed restrictions next year. Here's how. And number 5. Mac Jones' decision-making has infuriated patriots.
I mean, yes.
Hey, he has the same amount of interceptions as elite QB Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Oh God. Well, you know. Is there like good information in those 2 MBTA articles that we want to springboard to, or do we want to go to a different topic that isn't the MBTA?
Well, the one that I'm reading, the one that I was reading right now, is basically just a video, and I'm not going to watch the whole video right now.
TLDR.
I mean, basically, yeah, they're doing work on the red line a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing, they're actually working on the escalator I use. That's important, right?
Well, is it the escalator that you use, or the escalator that you would use? If
Well,
it
yeah,
wasn't
the
broken?
escalator that's been walled off the entire time I've been commuting for the
Okay.
last few months. And like a month ago, they took out the step part, so it was
Mhm.
just like exposed to the innards.
Ooh.
But now there are dudes working in there, so we're getting somewhere.
I'll be honest. The
escalator
innards,
2020.
the innards of escalators gave me the heebie-jeebies because I've seen too many videos of people falling into escalators and getting brutally murdered.
I've never seen those.
I don't want to.
Consider yourselves lucky, okay?
Yeah,
This-
don't.
Was that the live leak of 23?
This is on live fleet.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at least one of them was on LiveLeak, probably. Does LiveLeak still exist as a site? I feel like...
No, it's gone. It's
Okay.
Live Leak is
dead.
gone. Omego's gone.
Oh, Bagel's gone.
Oh my god, we can't have anything anymore.
Yeah, how else am I supposed to watch random guys cocks jacking off?
Anyway, the news.
Jesus.
You have to.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brightline.
Send news.
To watch the Pain Olympics.
The news.
Yeah, news.
So
Well, actually,
these,
we were-
Observe
Sam-
fuel.
nine models for $200. Now let's
East,
do the
I'm
math
going.
on this.
Can somebody boot East out of the?
Okay.
I'm gonna
know-
be.
Vestibule.
East is gonna be the first person placed in timeout on the server with cause. Now that we have that power.
Can I time out myself?
I don't know. I don't think you can time out.
No.
Well, you can if you
But I
want to.
can-
You know what? Go ahead. Go time out yourself. We'll talk to you later.
Well,
See ya, East.
I can server mute myself.
Yeah, same.
I mean,
I can
know
server
that
mute Ellis. I don't think that's.
I can.
Oh, you know
I
what?
can- I
It
can
might have to
also
do with-
this. Move to audience.
It might have to do with the fact that you guys are horsemen, so you're stage moderators.
Oh.
But
Looks
I don't.
like a
I don't
callback
actually know
even.
about that. I didn't think you guys would be able to server mute. I feel like that's not a permission that I've enabled, but maybe it's buried in some other permission.
I don't. That is
Uh,
weird.
That should be played around with.
why did someone
Yeah,
just
Maybe
link
Snapping you to Horseman A.
someone? Oh, okay, that's why. It must have been the first post that got removed. Someone just linked Essex Steam Train's just Facebook page, and I was like, why? Like, why? But
Oh,
it must
yeah,
have
yeah,
been a
yeah.
Removed post.
That actually happens very frequently.
Yeah.
Where it either goes to like a random page or like it goes to a like a just like a link to join a page, and I'm like, God damn. Well, I guess I'm not seeing this news, whatever it is.
Ellis, Dean and I tested it out. It's only in event space, so it's probably just the moderator of the event
Okay.
space.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Thank you for doing
know-
experimentation. Although I
You know
wonder
what doesn't
what's up.
make much sense right now?
What?
1352.
Wait, why does it not make much sense?
I don't know. It's just a segue.
Okay, well, outstanding move. I thought you were
Some
going
are-
to talk about Cincinnati. I thought that was a great
No,
segue to
It
Cincinnati.
confuses TJ.
to be fair, like with 1352, current reckoning on my part, at least, is doing the basic. Hey, let's look at the stat sheets. They need to get heavier rail.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a beefcake compared to their other engines. Now again, for the audience, for the people that aren't completely in the loop, because we should sort of preface all the things. Frisco 1352 is a Mikado that was rebuilt from a consolidation, and has been languishing somewhere for a long amount of time, and the Valley Railroad just bought it.
Yep.
Because they couldn't get
Sitting
their
in Illinois.
Gotcha, because they couldn't get their hands on the locomotive they were looking at in Mississippi.
Alabama.
What were
Yeah.
you
Alabama.
looking
Bammer.
Some
Another logging
little-
Mikado, I think.
little logging-
Yeah, it was it was something number 300 if I remember right.
It was Hattiesburg 300.
Oh, Hattiesburg and Bonhomme Southern or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Bonhomie and Hattiesburg Southern.
Okay, yeah. That's what it is.
Me putting that road into Merger Mania.
No. I think it was in Merger Mania. I think it's one of the little ones that got removed.
For a second there, I thought it was Bon Jovi and Hattiesburg.
Bon Jovi.
Right way there. No wait.
Shot through the heart.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I was like, can we get an appropriate Bon Jovi song? That's probably how the Valley Railroad feels right now, with the town saying you can't have the locomotive. Yeah. And then
That's how I feel when Alabama billionaires buy up all of your engines.
well, you
I
know,
was working. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna make a joke about coastal liberal elites buying all the engines. But in seriousness, yeah, this is it's an interesting turn for Essex. It's not unprecedented. Or unexpected. We knew that they were buying another engine.
Yeah.
I'm just, I was surprised for it to go to, oh yeah, we're in a legal battle over this locomotive, to the next, it feels like the next day you wake up and it's like, oh, they bought a different one. There
They're
was,
probably like, F all that.
yeah,
It's cheaper for us to buy this locomotive and fix the whole dang thing than do all the legal shenanigans and get the smaller one.
yeah. Well, the town said they wanted to keep it. The town said they wanted to keep it, I guess.
Yeah.
But even still, I mean, it was a part of the Kepner collection. I think it was, sort of legally sold to Essex, and then the town was like, well, actually, no.
Yeah, they're like, well, actually, it's here.
Yeah. No, you may not take this.
Screw it.
All right, so straight ahead. All right, so just to contextualize what I'm doing here is I'm trying to connect these two with a relatively gentle curve without getting too close to the edge here, and also sort of justifying the fact that originally the railroad did this. So this straight line here, and I'm going to move the barley thing to over here in the middle. This straight line here is going to be what was the main line that would have taken a left and gone this way, but this is going to be gone. So that's my current plan, and I'm going to back out of Surveyor 2.0 now. All right, so we've talked about that. I think I don't remember what that piece of news was called, but it's in there somewhere if I can go into the cargoes as well. The other piece of news that we were talking about before we started was that Cincinnati is selling its short line to NS. Boo.
Do we
Bad
have this
decision,
breaking Amtrak story in the news?
What is the breaking
Right
Amtrak
now.
story?
Yeah, there's a new trains article that just came out today.
Oh, the
Where?
Via Rail
About the
Amtrak
Estelle-
connection in Detroit.
No, news report says new Acela delays have cost Amtrak $140 million.
That's
Oh.
less than I expected.
Well, it's mainly.
It's a lot of
due to the
freaking money,
Acelas.
but
It says so far, so
Yeah,
it says,
so-
and the figure continues to grow. In the Wall Street Journal reported Wednesday in a paywalled article. Thanks, trains, for letting us know not to click on the link.
Also Spider-Man finger pointing meme, because Trains itself is paywall.
yeah.
We need to get a Iron Horseman subscription to Trains magazine.
I think I
thought we
discovered a few
had
weeks
one.
ago that I think I have. Like I'm not
Really?
paying for it, but I at least have an account. I don't know if it still works.
Jader finds out he's been paying for Trains magazine for the last 7 years without knowing it.
Where's
Um,
the friggin' I think it's Rocket Money that shows you all the hidden subscriptions you pay for.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
I've
like
seen
that.
ads for something that would help
Well-
you with this.
Okay, I have Rocket Money, or I had it in the past.
Hmm.
It's kind of useless.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, they're not
Yeah,
our sponsor,
I
so
respect so.
you're allowed to say that.
No,
Um,
well, actually, we're sponsored by War Thunder, the free-to-play
Yeah.
RPG game where you can tell your state secrets to the War Thunder
Yeah.
forums.
and you know what's funny
And
about
we're going
Rocket
to
Money
suffer.
being kind of worthless? I started paying for it's like $2 a month or whatever for the detailed analysis of your spending and stuff.
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting that I'm subscribed to it. Isn't that interesting?
See, for
Sounds like you
$2 a
should
month, you could
subscribe
just
to it.
subscribe to the Well, There's Your Problem Patreon instead.
I do.
There you go.
I need to
For
subscribe.
also $2 a month, you can subscribe to the Help East Fund.
Oh God.
East the poor impoverished youth because he keeps buying model trains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of-
Apparently this. Oh, I was gonna give a little bit more about this Amtrak story.
Yeah,
Unless it's
sure.
unless you want to move on.
What is Amtrak doing?
The figure includes growing maintenance costs of keeping the current Acela train sets operational beyond their intended service life, and with parts no longer being manufactured.
Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds
shit.
about right.
The journal reports
Okay.
Amtrak has spent
Criminality.
$48 million on parts, brake overhauls, and other work by private contractors to keep the current fleet in operation, and that 4 of the 20 train sets built by Bombardier and Alstom between 1998 and 2001 never returned to service after being parked during the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead, they're being cannibalized for parts.
Damn.
Alright, I have a question. Doesn't Alstom own Bombardier?
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know,
Well, they
I feel
can't.
like
They can't
Alstom
work
is,
on building old
hold on,
Acela
hold on.
parts because they're working on building the new Acela parts.
Hold on, wait, I want to know what
they
he was
can't
trying to
build
say.
the-
Yeah.
No,
sorry.
but I'm saying like, aren't they therefore artificially providing a shortage of parts? If they could produce the parts themselves because they own the tooling, because they own Bombardier.
Well, I mean,
No.
even if they could produce parts, I feel like I doubt Amtrak is trying to spend money on the parts. You know, like they're gonna save their money Lionel Coinbank style, and just try to keep, you know, the Acelas that they can keep running with minimum cost. And
No, but the article said they have to pay to get entirely new parts fabricated,
okay,
like would cost more than to just go to Alstom and be like, hey, you know, you've already made these parts. Can you make just like 5 more of them or something?
wait, does that not imply that that's what they're doing?
Well,
Does it
said
say,
to
does it say
third
that they're
parties.
getting them from elsewhere?
Well, it doesn't say that they're getting new parts fabricated. It says they're just spending millions on parts, brake overhauls, and other work by private contractors.
private contractors? Yeah.
Okay, well,
But yeah, not
the,
Alstom. Well, Alstom, I guess, is a private contractor.
yeah,
Aren't they?
Alstom is under that umbrella, but also I feel like the money going to private contractors isn't because they're making the parts.
Yeah, I feel like they're just like, hey, can you band-aid this problem for
They're the
us?
maintenance guys, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is annoying, and also, I mean, it's sort of
No,
this is one of those things where I use it as a gotcha because all the people that are saying like, no, they're gonna keep the Acelas in service and they're gonna put them on the Keystone Corridor or this or that, or you know, whatever other foamy stuff that people want, which is fair. I want that too, but Amtrak has, you know, said
No intention.
yeah, Amtrak has openly no intention of doing that. They do not want to keep the Acelas. They're
I mean,
old and
I
they're
am
getting tired and broken.
Yeah, I am curious as what happens when the Acelas are like all retired. Like, will there be preservation for them or just throw them all away?
I could
I
see.
mean,
I could see.
I can see like a power car being preserved,
Yeah,
but like I'm
Power
sure
car,
everything else would get scrapped.
Yeah.
Sadly.
maybe one power car and one like
Like
coach
one
or
coach or a
you know,
snack car.
yeah.
Cafe.
Yeah.
But part of the Acela service is, sorry, the Acela experience is like the whole train set.
Yeah, but
Like,
Dean,
sure.
where can you park a whole? Which museum has the space to park an entire train set?
Good
Stratford.
point.
Probably
Stress.
Yeah, their museum of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
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 Strasbourg.
I mean, IRM's in a freaking cornfield, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's.
They also
I-
have a wires. They have wires too.
That's
Yeah,
true.
They
They
do.
do,
have
yeah.
wires.
I think
But not the
realistically
IRM
speaking, yeah,
thing.
we'll have like a thing preserved. There's nothing that makes it impossible to preserve an entire train set, but the thing that's going to prevent it is going to just be cost and space.
No, you know what you do is you buy one of the power cars, chop the back out, and hollow out the inside, and turn it into like a display at a diner.
Or an Olive
Like
Garden.
like the
Like 2 power cars. Find a person with a
Spaghetti warehouse.
GG1. Take the guts out of the Acela. Put it in the GG1.
Yeah, there you go.
Tyler,
I-
you're a cheat.
I don't like these solutions though. Everyone always says like, "Oh,
The G1.
take the guts out of whatever and throw it in a GG1 so we can have a GG1 running around." That's not satisfactory to me because we still don't know how fast the GG1s could go, and I want to see
Ellis,
real GG1 performance. What?
Ellis, hear me out. Take the guts out of the Acela, put it in the G1. The half GG1.
The G1 half, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you cut a GG1 in half. You put each half on one end of a train, and you make a bootleg PRR Acela thing.
Yeah, you make them. Yeah, you make them shells, and you just like plop them above the frame of the
yeah.
Acela.
New and improved Federal Express.
The new Cella.
The
The
Federal
Acela.
Express now with battering ram.
Burn. The,
Well, we won't telescope this time.
Talking about
Promise.
standards.
but speaking of passenger cars, the TVRM got a silly little doohickey called
Kick Dean
the
out.
Observer Vestibule.
Kick Dean out.
No,
Oh,
new to the fleet. Chesapeake C&O Dome Car 1877 entered service yesterday on the Somerville Steam Special following a multi-year ground-up restoration. Of course,
They should have grounded up all right.
Shut up.
Wow.
This car was built
Because
in
he has on it.
1947 by Bud for the C&O slated for use under upcoming premier passenger train called the Chessie, which was expected to see service behind revolutionary steam turbine locomotives between Washington and Cincinnati.
How'd that work out for
Well,
them, by
yeah.
the way?
Poorly.
Yeah, poorly.
well,
Shit.
the car has the Chessie like symbol on the back, and I love it. It's the nice sleepy kitty.
Okay,
Yeah,
Tyler.
well, here's the thing, Tyler. Here's the thing. That space used to hold a vestibule,
No.
This is also true.
so it's tainted for you.
I think we should put the vestibule back and then put the chassis thing on top of the vestibule.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm okay
Do
with
that.
No.
Best compromise.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
One
not
side
good.
is painted
This
blue,
is not
the
good
other
wisdom.
side.
I have
This
two
is
Athens Blue Box.
amazing wisdom.
I just had a I know what I'm gonna try to do over winter. Oh, okay. I know what I'm gonna try to do
Yes,
someday.
dude.
I'm making an option
hey.
vestibule.
Hey, Ellis, if I'll put this in I'll put this in Horseman, but if you don't like that, how about this?
What? I'm
That's-
trying to make a route here.
Something like that. Oh yeah,
Where?
you can't.
That's
do, but
fine. It's a normal
it's
like
a-
thing. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine.
One of those square-ended observation domes. Those observation cars, but it's got like the vestibule on the end.
It's
And I
fine.
think the TVRM actually has one of those. Actually, I can think of it.
You know what's also fine?
What?
What?
Dun, 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 dun.
The
Yes.
Yamba Valley Mail.
We're not gonna. Oh, you know what? We have an article about that.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. So does anyone want to talk about that?
Sure.
The Yampa Valley Net. Where is it?
Yeah, it's the Craig train.
Craig train. It's a train.
We're doing a
named
thing.
Craig.
The
Supposedly.
Craig's train.
Yeah. So what? They
someone-
want to run passenger service back up the Craig
Craig.
branch.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this through Steamboat Springs and Winter Park, and be like, yeah,
All right. I have an
someone-
important question.
okay.
Yeah.
Why?
They want to use the original
Why?
concept.
Why not?
No, they
Because-
don't. Stop.
Because
can
CDOT
someone-
wants to do a smart thing, which is combine rail and bus.
Okay, I mean that's cool and all, but CDOT, don't you have other fish to fry in the rail department, like the Front Range thing?
Fine, it's fine.
I mean, I'm
you
I'm not
know.
gonna look a gift horse in the mouth here. If they wanna do this, I'm all for it. I think it's great. I just feel like this is weird timing. Well, I mean, I feel like it would always be weird timing because who goes up here and why?
Skiers
Well, I
and
can see
skiing.
why you would go up to Winter Park.
Well, yeah.
Come on, ski train.
Well, yeah, but they already have a
Um,
train for that.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Well,
it'll
yeah,
be
but
fine.
that's like a special thing.
Well, this would be special, all right.
Can someone put the what was it, the observation bill in?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Give me
cargoes?
just a
I
second
don't-
here.
Yeah, because I don't have any access.
I gave you editing access.
I don't have it.
Well, skill issue. Go into your email and accept it or something.
Oh, look, you're here now.
Magic.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
I think the Yampa Valley thing, from what I can gather from like the 10 words in this article,
Oh, it's going to Steamboat Springs. That's like a huge ski area, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Is it?
It seems like it'd be like a regular service, not like the ski train where it's only during the ski season.
Well, I mean that's
Yeah,
that's
I mean, I'm
great.
sure that's
I
part
want
of it.
that.
Yeah, more train good.
It's just a
Yeah.
weird. It's just a weird choice.
Oh, I think Winter. I don't know if Winter Park is, but it sounds like it is.
Winter Park
Yeah.
is the ski area. That's where the ski train goes right now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think Steamboat Springs is another one.
Steamboat Springs. It's definitely a tourist destination. I don't know personally if there's skiing there. Wybold would know. But I'm not a
Ski
skier,
resort.
so.
Steamboat. Yeah, it's called Steamboat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
4.7 stars on Google.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
But
Oh
that's
shoot.
not good.
4.7? That's good.
Oh, I heard 0.7.
No, 0.7.
You can go under 1?
Mhm.
Oh god damn it. I accidentally clicked on the thing and started the
Is that a
session.
Go under 1 star. Is that a challenge?
You can probably get 0.5, but I don't know if you can get 0.7.
Now I gotta
Yeah.
do the edit environment, set it back to midday, and I gotta go into the
Midday.
thing, edit session. I gotta restart all rules. Thank you.
This is good wine.
This is good wisdom. Speaking of passage rail, though, an article that just came in that I was looking at was that the Mexican president says he's gonna like force all the freight railroads to do passenger service.
Based.
Yeah. Well, no, he's going to force them to allow government passenger trains on their track, I think.
Oh,
Well, no. He's going to, for whatever reason in the article, it says that the railroads could say no.
bruh.
We're going to make you do this, but not if you don't want to.
Well,
Not if you don't
I know how the big companies say no over there. They just show up to the mayor's, the governor's house with like a bunch of guns.
Yeah, and everything's in sepia filter, too.
Yeah. Obviously.
Actually, this is no. There's more to this article.
TJ, could you imagine if instead of like drug cartels, it was just like big companies? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Hey, see,
Where's
hey,
that Spider-Man
it's-
pointing meme? You want to pull that back out again?
So it's the freight railroads can choose to not, but then the government can come in and do it. And also,
Oh, okay. Well, it's an interesting sort of compromise.
the president is based because
Yes.
the president also said the railway network would have to be electrified to accommodate passenger service. The cost of such an undertaking was not mentioned, nor was the prospect of government subsidies for it, or the operating issues to result from it to.
Imagine the government just
They
being
could've
like,
been liars.
just like
Okay,
effing electrify, do it.
Yeah, we're not
me out.
paying you.
Yeah.
have to
hear
do
me
it.
out. Hear me out.
Go
Okay.
on.
A Amtrak's gonna retire the old Acellas.
Oh,
eventually,
God.
Right?
I knew this was coming. Yes. Okay, but you know
happening.
what? That's a better idea than the freaking HSTs, though, because they're at
This
least
is
they can
true.
handle crashing into a freight car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on,
Hey.
do it.
Sweet.
At least they aren't getting GG ones.
Not
Well,
yet.
no, that'd be
No,
cool.
they-
Yeah.
No, they should
GG1.
do that.
Those
You know-
things don't die.
Yeah, I
What do you
mean,
mean?
Belongs in a museum.
listen, if there's not OSHA down there, right? They can just do they can put the carcinogens back in the GG ones and run them.
Well, that's the plot of the next Indiana Jones movie because he's so old now that he can't run around and do all kinds of stunts. He just gets into the GG1 in Mexico and then just runs the thing and sits the whole movie.
Hold on, I've seen this. And there's
I
Is-
run the thing.
is there like the giant, the giant boulder following him? Because I have seen this episode of Thomas and Friends.
That would be cool.
There it is. Well,
Real talk.
Well, yeah,
though.
this is the sequel. It's Indiana Jones X Thomas and Friends when whoever owns Indiana Jones buys Hit Entertainment.
It's Indiana Jones and the Islands of Sodor.
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Perfect.
Now this is just
Oh my
reminded
god,
me
it's
of the
like Thomas and the
Niagara.
Magic Road.
It belongs in a railroad museum.
I can see him saying that to Diesel.
I'm picturing
to Diesel 10 he goes, Pinchy's hungry.
Harrison Ford with like
She's
a
hungry.
baseball cap with a PRR logo on it, like Walt Weber.
I thought you were gonna say baseball bat.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Beat
That's
the shit out
extremely-
of Diesel 10?
No, I know that's extremely specific, but it sticks out in my head because when I was at the Grange meeting yesterday, he came in wearing the massive. He has like a PRR jacket with a giant keystone on the back. I'm just
Bruh.
like, all right.
It's like a
He's got the
biker
stick.
jacket for PRR heads.
It
Same
does
as
look
the
kind of like
real
that,
one.
yeah. All right, this is gonna
That
be.
that actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, he should get those glasses where they put like the like print over the glass lens.
Keystone shaped glasses.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
well,
I want
not the
that.
shape. It just has like the PRR logo.
No,
on
I,
the lenses.
I want keystone shaped glasses. I'm with Jader on this one.
Okay, but what if it's just one big keystone that's like an entire face mask?
Oh my god, like a Keystone gas mask.
The PRR
A
is
Keystone
selling
COVID
face shields
mask
for
that's their
COVID.
whole face.
A
How about
Keystone
how about a
tactical
Keystone
mask.
monocle?
A keystone monocle would be cool.
Oh my god.
When
Well,
you buy the
actually-
Pennsylvania Railroad in Monopoly.
And then you have a heart attack.
Wait a minute. hold
Speaking
on,
of
here's the
things
one
that could
just-
go to Mexico,
Keystone.
Go on.
Avocados from Mexico.
the Napa Valley wine train.
Oh no,
is
Oh my
getting
god, are the-
rid
Oh, the
Of their
PA4 is going to
alcohol.
Mexico.
they could.
Well,
Good.
first off,
It's
their
scary.
engines blocks are getting like drilled. So
Murder.
Oh, oops, we forgot to do that before we sold them.
no,
Thanks for that.
California, they will make sure that happens.
Thanks for that
Sorry.
influx of money.
Sorry, they're
My
sold
God.
to Mexico. We can't get it back now.
They're already in San Joaquin.
That's a movie idea right there. The railroad has to get the engines to Mexico
Smuggle.
in the dead of night. It's like a heist movie.
Like in
Yeah.
exchange for cocaine.
No, I mean, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
wasn't there like a plot for a movie for something similar?
Yeah, the
Maybe
plot.
that's
Are you talking about with
Plot movie.
4449?
587, the Great.
Are you talking about
Robbery.
the taking of Pelham 123?
Scott.
I don't know if that's.
87.
Was that the train robbery of 87?
You're crazy. Nobody robs trains anymore.
87. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna rob you of the
Uh,
train.
I expect the railroad's response will be no thanks, have a nice day, or not unless you pay for it.
Yeah.
I need to think of what the proper theft rate for OLE would be in Mexico.
I mean,
Says
that's
Andrew in the chat.
yeah. They're gonna put in. Well, I just can't stop thinking about the italicized am fleet.
Oh yeah.
I still need to like watch that episode.
Oh my god, you need to.
Like, well,
That's
well,
an
like,
all-timer.
Well, like,
Yeah.
like with the slides. I've listened to it a few times.
Oh yeah.
Of the last couple, that's definitely my favorite. I thought I would enjoy the Beirut explosion one and the Berlin Wall one more, but I was just like, eh.
Yeah,
But
I
that
found
one was
myself struggling
amazing.
to get through the Berlin Wall one.
I get why they did the Berlin Wall one. I think the Berlin Wall one was a
El Clasico.
no, I think it was like a post, like they talked about the Berlin Wall because it's contextually important right now.
Yeah,
than other
How is
things.
it contextually important?
because is the wall in Gaza.
Yeah, because of Palestine right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
So I think it was like their way. I think it was like a episode related to that.
It's like, hey, we can talk about walls.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, yeah, it was just purely the wall part.
walls? How was
That's
walls
why they were
one?
like, oh, I know another story with walls.
Well, they should do more building ones then. Buildings have walls. Makes sense.
But yeah, that wasn't. That
I
wasn't
can't
my
do
favorite
buildings.
episode.
We are the building podcast.
Yeah,
They're
it-
made of walls, actually.
Are the buildings
the
out of
floor, the
range?
wall here is made out of wall.
Made out of slurry.
Yeah, there we go. We've come full circle.
If not- Ellis.
Speaking of slurring, Biden gave a speech the other day.
Jesus.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I'm glad that it's that kind of slurring because I didn't know what I expected when you said
Speaking of slurs, let me listen.
It's just it's like saying racial slurs
Yeah.
on live.
Please.
Slurs, these are my favorite.
Yay.
Yinzer.
Euler.
Canadian.
All insults for Pennsylvania. Western people from Western Pennsylvania.
I can't remember what it was, but I saw something where someone was like, "Oh, was it involved with the Well, There's Your Problem?" Where someone got in trouble for saying Yinzer, or no, that must have been something unrelated. But yeah, someone was getting trouble
What?
for saying Yinzer because people didn't know it was just a colloquialism, thought it was a slur.
I mean, it is a slur depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I'm pretty sure it's a term of endearment, but there's probably one or two people that's like, you can't call me a yinzer.
Yeah. Well, the people that are like in denial that they are, Yinzers.
Exactly, yeah.
Clearly not Steeler fans.
Looter.
Yeah. Water.
Hoosier.
Soapy water.
But yeah, well, speaking of water, actually, in Biden, they're fixing tunnels underwater.
The Biden verse.
Biden himself is getting a jackhammer and a pickaxe, and he's going to fix the Hudson tunnels. That's
Oh,
what's
is
going to
he-
be. He's
Oh,
doing
is this
that,
how-
Let's
that
be real.
rap
If-
meme. This
let's
is
be
my
real.
final message. Fix the NEC. Goodbye. And he goes into the tunnel and works on the tunnel until he dies.
This just
Yeah.
sounds like
TJ,
Obama
listen.
and Trump
What?
plays Minecraft with.
I'm gonna go build the
gonna build a
tunnel now.
Fun fact:
the
Biden
moment-
has actually said he like in a press conference they asked him about like AI interpretation of his voice. He's like, "Yeah, I've seen the Minecraft ones."
Yeah, he made
Of course,
mention of them.
Who hasn't?
Hold on. What were you trying to say, Dean?
Just I was just gonna say, like the moment Biden tries to use like a jackhammer, he will effing explode.
Yeah, he'll
He
just
vi-
crumble.
he is-
He's
He'd
80.
vibrate into pieces. It would jackhammer
He
him
would
from the reverse.
become dust.
In fairness, I think that would happen to me too.
Biden become dust.
Yeah, I mean, like the speech he gave on the NEC, though, he delivered a speech in front of shop workers at the Amtrak shop in
Delaware.
Wilmington or
Yeah,
Delaware. Yeah,
Wilmington,
in Delaware. And it, like, I mean, for a guy who's like half mummy, half man. I mean, it wasn't a bad speech.
No.
3 feet
And,
underground currently.
Yeah, he's only like 3 feet under, not 6. It's illegal to say that you want to kill the president.
In Minecraft.
Yeah,
I don't
not.
think that. I'm just telling you that it's illegal that to say that you want to
In
kill the
Strange
president.
2022.
Yeah, I
let's-
actually vote for me as president.
Oh,
Does
Anyway,
it
yeah,
mean-
the NEC is getting like record investment in its infrastructure. They're putting the most money into either the Baltimore or the Hudson Tunnel. I don't remember which, but they're putting the most money in since it was built by the Pennsylvania Railroad. Whatever that applies to, it was that one.
That's the Hudson Tunnel.
Yeah. And they're also making it so the Baltimore Tunnel isn't like a 90-degree angle, which is cool.
Yeah. It's got a little kink in it.
Quirky.
The kinkiest tunnel south of New York, I guess.
Quirked up tunnel.
Cooked up white boy. Got it with sauce.
Yeah, that
Um,
describes the
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Railroad, actually.
But it's exciting. It's exciting to see. I mean, arguably the Northeast Corridor is not the other than the Hudson tunnels. Like, I mean, I guess the projects they are working on are like some of the most important. But like in my head, I'm like, well, like Northeast Corridor is like the best
Yeah.
of Amtrak. Like this is where they're investing all the money, but also like the projects that need to be done are big money projects. So I guess in a way, it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
do you guys think?
and I mean, genuinely speaking, okay, that's way too much water. Genuinely speaking, it is the best of Amtrak, and that's why it's gotta get all of the big money projects because it's a lot to maintain that sort of thing, and also it's some of the oldest parts of Amtrak, and
Yeah,
our
that's
national
true.
rail network on the whole.
In whose hole?
Whoever's.
Hey man,
Biden's.
And that's
Biden's
why
hole.
we want to cut it by 32.1%.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he did bring that up in the speech as a key thing that he would not let happen if he were reelected, which is good. I mean, I would hope Amtrak Joe wouldn't be willing to slash Amtrak's budget.
Amazing, amazingly.
Another thing that I thought was interesting that he's on his he's on like the pro labor kick now because
Yep.
he's trying to get reelected. He's trying
Well-
to get all their endorsements. Also, I mean, I would like to think that he's doing it for good reasons too, but you know,
Yeah.
knowing
You
how
can never
politics is, it's like
you can never think too many times about what a politician is wanting out of something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he made sure to specify that like I'm pretty sure he said like all the work that was getting done was going to be like union work, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. It's just it's cool. It's nice to hear that kind of rhetoric, in my opinion. But
Yep. No, it is, and it definitely did seem to energize the people who were there. But then again, you never know if there's a big sign that says "clap."
yeah, yeah. Or the well, I mean, I've been to a political rally before, and they they like select people from the audience to like be in certain places, and they're like, okay, you stand over here, you got to be over here.
Yeah.
If you're going to be on camera, at least, not like they're not like, okay, you crowd has to be here, you crowd has to be there. They're just like, hey, yeah, you're tall, you got to be like over here for the camera or whatever. But yeah, it's all planned. So there's the people that they put in the room are there for a reason.
Well, yeah, I do think it does strike me that they probably set up the audience, but also there were people like standing in the vestibules of cars in the background.
I saw.
And
I
it's
thought
like-
they were like cardboard cutouts at first, and one of the people moved. I thought it was like a photo backdrop or something.
No,
I was
yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
it's
those
like
are people just hovering.
Damn that realism.
they're just like, we're supposed to be working, but we're gonna come over here and we're gonna sneak into the background and watch the speech.
No, I think
But-
they set that up. I think
Yeah.
they were just like, okay, you three stand here.
Yeah, they definitely set that up because I wouldn't be standing there. I'd be sitting down.
I also wouldn't be
Uh,
standing that closely and that awkwardly to other people like that. They were like tucked, like they were like crammed in there. Like we all got to be in the doorway.
Well, you've seen people cram in the doorway of a passenger car before, plenty of times.
I've never done that.
No. I'm thinking of many a time that we've been at Strasbourg or whatever, and it's like, oh, didn't we do something similar when we were riding the 425 train? We were kind of all
I think
crammed
so.
in the doorway.
Yeah, I think on that train you
I've
can
been
like ride in the
vestibules.
vestibule
Yeah.
to hear the locomotive going off.
Well, here is one thing. I remember getting just rained on, just
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I
just
remember that
blackened
too.
clothes.
I mean, that's happened at multiple places we've
Yep.
ridden.
One locomotive that
Trains are dirty
I
being the
wouldn't
mall.
mind I wouldn't mind hearing is a Santa Fe 1010, the locomotive from
The
Death Valley
locomotive.
Scotty's from Death Valley Scotty's infamous ride, his excursion.
What is that?
Oh, is this
you
the
know.
red? Is this the red thing?
Yeah, this
The
is
red-
the red.
Oh, the red thing. Oh, we have an article on that, I think.
Red?
The red line?
Yeah.
Is this the red thing, or is
I-
this a thing that looks like the red thing?
It is
the
the,
red
it
thing.
is the red thing.
Hell yeah!
What?
Soyuz
It was painted like
And
bright red
67?
for an advertisement at one point.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got you.
Like AA20 red.
It was
Yeah,
like brutally,
it's
like
bright red.
severely red. Yeah.
It's redder than a fire truck red.
red. Like go to
Please
the
send
doctor
me
and
a
get that checked
picture.
out. Red.
Red, like the Soviet
I'll put
Union's
it in-
gonna come blasting through your door. Red.
No, it's
Put it in the
brighter
top.
than that.
Put it in discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so bright. Stalin himself is gonna personally
my
give you a
God.
handshake.
It's
That
absurd.
is ugly.
Sure is.
Yeah. They
God,
added
now-
a fake coal load too. What the fuck?
Why?
Now I wish it wasn't getting
This is
restored.
actually that's not true.
You know what would be? You know what
You're
would
not
be
gonna restore it like this.
That's
so?
the satanic locomotive, and also they should.
I want to see somebody bring that to a locomotive
The
versus
versus.
with the coal load, with the fake coal load, just to fake somebody out. Aren't you coal fired? No, that's not real.
You've activated my trap card. Oil.
Yeah, style point. Nope.
Well, no, that is a
Like,
style point.
take
Fake
out-
coal.
Yeah, fake
Um,
coal.
No, it's be like style. They call. Sorry, Tyler. They call them like tender fuel capacity, and you say the oil amount. It's like 46,000.
Tons.
40,000 tons. Like that. Like what's that tender? The problem is
It's like it's actually it's the MIDI 113 tender.
113 tender.
There's some sort of mystery with MIDI 113 regarding like how it exists or how it existed, tender or tank or whatever. But anyway, we should
I
probably
have
go on.
drawings of it in a tender form.
Oh, good. Yeah, we probably should use that because I think the stat page is a little sus.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably go
You know
into another piece of news. What's
You know
What?
what doesn't have a tender?
what?
The Flying Yankee.
Oh yeah, and it also doesn't have a home.
Yeah.
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 No, I thought that it was like sold.
It's being sold. It's not sold.
Yeah,
yet.
we don't know who it's like.
Being sold too.
Yeah, legally
I mean-
legally speaking, we do not know who it's being sold to. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Nudge,
Wait.
nudge, wink, nudge, nudge, wink, nudge, nudge,
Wait,
wink,
what?
nudge.
It's being sold.
I'm
to the
I'm
whole
saying
railroad.
I'm saying we have heard things about it. We cannot repeat
Yeah?
those things on the show. Yeah, TJ, were you not there? Oh, you were there at the end of it. You didn't get the context. Never mind. I'll explain to you later.
You know,
Oh yeah, you should just
Nothing's
tell me right now.
happening in
Yeah, I'll tell you right now
Boston,
during the yeah.
right now, what I will tell you is definitely we are going to have the.
Just tell me it's not getting scrapped, and that's all I need to hear.
Let's.
It's not.
what do we got?
Actually, I'm gonna personally scrap it with my two bare hands.
I was gonna make a no. I don't want Ellis to have to censor this episode even more.
It's live. I'm not gonna be doing it. I can't censor anything anyway.
Well, hey,
Hey,
Omar,
if you guys want to know
welcome.
Matt's boss's address, let me just be.
Yeah. Oh my
I
god,
can't-
that doing
can't
that
do
for
that.
Logo Dome took so much extra time because I was like, oh, I'll just go find the like audio file of the of the sound. Couldn't find it. Had to go into the audio like for the episode, find the spot where the horn sound was, cut out the horn sound, export that, and then put that in.
Ellis, was the text on screen intentionally made impossible to read?
No, I tried very hard to make it legible, but I guess I failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Ham posted about it, and like half of the text is just black, and then half of the background is also black.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I if I had it white, it was also illegible.
You should have
So
done like red.
You could have
Yeah.
just put like a background on it.
no, it's it's a puzzle.
No,
that
they
you
have,
guys
to,
can figure
they
it
have
out.
to put it right over the light. That's also the same color as the text, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
I'll
mean,
make it
that's
red.
right.
I'll make it red text, but I'll put it in front of the Santa Fe 1010.
Listen, guys, I'm the expert here. You put white text over things that are white, okay?
Yeah.
No,
No,
that's racist.
thank you,
You
T.
can't
I'm
say
sorry,
that.
I should have conferred with TJ. It would have been less legible.
I can't believe DJ is racist like that.
No.
No, he can't be racist anymore because that company bought up all the race things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of race,
So that-
things,
so
not
that joke is
necessarily
over.
News.
Wait,
So,
what?
like, damn.
What? Wait, I'm so lost.
Formula
company
One
brought up-
racing in
Yourself.
Vegas. Yeah, I was about to say
what
Formula One racing in
in
Las
Vegas? Is that what he's talking about?
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Remember how you were explaining how that one video game company bought up all the licenses?
Oh
for-
yeah, motorsport games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
race-
was.
race car.
Yeah,
Algorithm race car, not that kind of racism. Don't show us to that audience, please.
Yeah, today on the KKK news, Florida.
Yeah, we do have a buttload of Brightline stuff if you want to
We
talk
do have a
about that.
buttload of, like,
They're not
more than a
related to that.
buttload, and it's all extremely stupid.
Okay, go on. Because I don't know what's going on. I know there's a debate about a bridge and a tunnel.
So, so, so the fucking boat, the billion-dollar yachts that sit in the Fort Lauderdale Harbor are like parked in yachts. Yeah,
Yahtzee.
no, that and my rooster of boilers.
Your roaster. Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome. No, so like all the billionaires live just beyond the FEC bridge, and they're complaining because they can't take the million-dollar yachts out on the water whenever they want. No, they have to wait 2 minutes for Brightline to pull on by.
Wow.
And so what the city of Fort Lauderdale then has to choose from is either keep it as it is, or build one of two possible bridge options, or build a tunnel. With the bridge options,
You know, the tunnel sounds cheap. They should do that.
yeah, has absolutely nothing to do with how low the water level is. or anything
Meanwhile,
like
Joe
that.
Biden.
Yeah.
Hurricane would never flood that.
Obama.
So let's see here. So the city of Fort Lauderdale has done so many studies, it's not even funny.
Welcome to my world.
Um,
I'm the guy who does the
and
studies.
one of the studies was $500,000. So there are four options. Of course, ignore it like the problem has never happened. My favorite option.
Mm-hmm.
Tear down the current bridge, place a bridge that's at 20 feet high. A third option, which is build a bridge that's at 40 feet high. And then the third option is build like a 3-mile long tunnel.
Hold on, I think I have an important piece of context that I need to ask. How high is the current bridge?
Like 8 feet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
'Cause it's
Never
a
mind,
lift
20
bridge.
feet is definitely an improvement.
Yeah, well, the current bridge is a lift bridge. I think all of the other bridges would still be lift bridges of some kind. They would just be higher to allow more boats to go under.
Yeah. This isn't the same one as the Coast Guard bridge,
No.
is it? Okay,
This is the one that's in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
okay.
The one that, if you've ever seen me post a photo of me rail fanning with the
Oh,
bridge, that's the
okay.
bridge.
It's a little bascule bridge. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
the little bascule bridge. So, 20 feet, 40 feet, or a tunnel. First option, 20 feet. Makes the most sense from a railroad logic, because you have the Brightline station right there. You may be able to get away with just elevating the platforms a couple feet, and then you won't have to completely rebuild the entire station.
Yeah. Well,
The second option is
what about that bridge in Mexico? They should just do it like that.
My God, no. No.
yes. Dunk, dunk,
Glug.
dunk, dunk.
Scrape.
Build a massive ramp.
But
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
Brightline going by at 100 miles an hour.
It gets air.
Then the second option is the 40-foot bridge, which would likely require the Brightline station to be completely rebuilt at 40 feet or around 40 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the grade wouldn't be that bad, but of note, there is a pretty major FEC rail yard just south of the bridge. Quite a few intermodal trains originate from there. It's quite a big drop-off location. There's a lot of a lot of hoppers that come through.
A lot of ammonium
and a lot of-
nitrate.
And a lot of oil because of the port. Pretty much all of the state's petroleum and oil go through that, Port Everglades. So you're gonna have oil trains basically going from a stop. It's maybe I can look right now. I can pull up Google Maps. It's not too close, but it's also not too far.
Well, the thing is, I feel like if you're worried about what the gradient on this would be, I think it would end up being a relatively short gradient. You wouldn't have a whole long train on it at once, so it would be a little bit annoying, but I don't think it would be operationally problematic.
All right, so from the end of switching facilities to the beginning of where it could start elevating,
Mm-hmm.
is about 4,000 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little under a mile. 40 feet over a mile. I don't know what grade percentage that is.
Well, 40 feet. Sorry, 40 feet up in 4,000 feet is 1%.
1%. Yeah, that's not that bad. The only issue is there are many major streets that the FEC crosses. So I don't like in that like span. There are 4 major streets, like 4-lane roads that the FEC crosses.
Mm-hmm.
Would you raise those roads up? Would you put them underneath the tracks? Would you delay the bridge until it passes the last major road? In which case, that gives you like
Not enough space.
2,000 feet to go up,
Oh, well then, 2,000 feet,
which would be 2%.
2%.
Not
Again, still
impossible,
doable.
but
Yeah, still very doable.
yeah. And that's assuming the 40 feet.
Every division has the hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Florida division.
And then of
Grade.
course you're gonna have to rebuild the Brightline station, and of course if you do build a bridge, you're gonna have to have all of that support. And in most of these cases, there are houses that go straight up to the tracks. Like
Mhm.
someone's backyard is about 5 feet from the tracks.
The construction would be a
Um,
pain. You need retaining walls.
Yeah.
You need some slurry walls, maybe.
Oh yeah.
No, probably not.
Then of course you have analysis predicted that this could cost anywhere from 200 million to 400 million.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive, but the city of Fort Lauderdale would pretty much be paying for everything. So pretty much fully taxpayer funded.
Right.
In between the city and the state. Then you have the tunnel, which is estimated to cost $3 billion.
No, that's it.
Only $3 billion, yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
that's just funny money at that point.
Yeah.
the issue with that is the water table is, as I said, about 8 feet from the bridge, and the bridge does go up by like 2 feet as opposed to the rest of the surrounding area.
Well, that's when you
Yeah.
definitely just unironically need a slurry wall.
Yes. Which would mean you're pretty much under the water table for a good about a mile. You would also have to move the Brightline station underground.
Yeah.
And again, in a city which is prone to flooding because Fort Lauderdale can't get their own fucking system fixed, for the love of God.
Well, you're
It's
also
like,
just
oh, what
in
do you mean?
Florida.
Yeah. They had like a thing where it's like, oh yeah, all of the pipes that were installed 100 years ago all burst at the same time.
Troy,
It
Troy,
was-
New York moment.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was a whole shit show. And of course the government was like, how could this have happened? Yeah, how could this have happened? No one could have ever foreseen this happening. And it's like, okay, well, like, you just, like, made, like, 5,000 people homeless because you couldn't fix your damn pipes.
Act of God, don't worry.
Yeah, no, it was a
Yeah,
mysterious
divine
act of God's love.
The other issue with the tunnel is, of course, yes, you cross several roads, as I pointed out earlier. It also crosses several smaller rivers in between the yard and the, like, the main span. And unless you want to, barricade this river, which of course people are never going to want you to let you do, because how could they get their boat out of there? So you'd either have to blow out the canal on the other side to connect it to another canal, or you just keep the bridge as is.
Hear
It's-
me
it's-
out. A
And
bridge for the boats.
Yeah, they
Like
can do
the
that.
Netherlands,
Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
that. Yeah.
okay, assuming you want the tunnel to be before the end of the yard, you don't want the yard to be placed underground. That gives you about 2,000 feet to go. I don't know how deep a tunnel will need to be to fit double stacks.
Get the
The
plates.
trains measuring
Yeah,
throughout.
the plate that the
Hey,
diagram we
plate.
were looking at earlier. Also, hi, Ryan.
Yeah, Tyler, how tall?
This
Hey,
I'm liking where
Tyler.
this is going, but I don't really know what to do from here.
I've got some
'Cause-
breaking New Jersey news
Uh oh. Go on.
from Verd.
Okay, go on.
seceding?
Apparently, the Black River Western is trying to do some road rail realignment.
Okay. Interesting.
Plans were the Possible plans were laid out to the council for a train platform near the Turntable Junction shopping mall area instead of its location on Stangle Road.
Stangle.
When the train is not at the station, it could be used as a multi-purpose path connecting Stangle Road to Main Street via Church Street near Turntable Junction.
That's neat.
And literally,
So
he
what
does this. He does this. Well, he doesn't word it like this, but he goes, "Picture this: you'd come down Church Street instead of bending around to the left. Follow the railroad. You would go across the railroad tracks and connect over Stangle Road."
Stangle.
He says, "If you could picture, not picture this, but picture this," is basically what he said.
Gotcha.
So what I'm hearing is they're hiring Mason.
He's gonna realign the Black River. Yeah.
Fix it, Mason. Fix it.
All right. So I need to figure something out here because one of the things I wanted to do coming into this, and I got distracted by doing track work for this because I noticed there was a big chunk missing.
This. Not this.
Yeah, is I need to figure out the general elevations of the edges of the areas I'm working in. And I think a lot of this is going to be very gently sloped, like going up a couple of meters along each edge, along these edges, and then, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 along this edge, because this is supposed to be going uphill eventually. And as part of that, I'm trying to avoid having to bring this too far back down, or at least having it too far above the ground. There's going to be a station and yard complex here, and I think if I can get this down to maybe 73 or 72 from where it is, then that'll be a win. I just don't know what the gradient is here. I think it's currently 0. So that's where I'm at right now. We have made some progress here. For those who have been just sort of listening along, I've been working on this yard here, which is going to be a remnant of an old freight yard. It's also where the barley elevator is going. And there's going to be a couple of industries over here and along the riverside. So I have the very basic geometry of the river worked out. It's not that much lower than the tracks, because this area is supposed to be one of pretty subtle elevation changes. So this is
that flyover track there.
Oh, yeah. The flyover that leads into the the main grain elevator area is something that I filled with a lot last time. I think the gradient is 1.2 on the way out. If we want to talk about grades for enough clearances for getting over or under something, I used our handy high cube boxcar as a measurement here. So it's a 0.88 or a 1.2 grade heading up to the flyover. So that
Friend of the podcast, the Baby Ruth car.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah. And that will let trains that are coming off of the Mansfield Branch Railway, it'll allow them to tuck into the yard without getting in the way of the mainline traffic, or get over to the elevators, I mean.
Cool.
So what height is this? Oh, it's 72.70. Okay, that's perfect. I like that. That's a 0.4% grade on the way out.
You know what else I like?
What do you like, TJ?
Arcade and Attica number 18.
I too like Arcade and Attica number 18, even though I've never seen it and don't really know anything about it.
They just got the boiler back and the running gear back.
Okay. From where?
And from various repair people.
Oh, okay. Strasbourg.
Wasatch Rail Contracting. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say,
Kidding, I kid.
Boom.
Yeah, no, two different. One company worked on the running gear. One company worked on the boiler.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of slapped the boiler on top of the running gear and went, "Look at this," which
Look
I
at
would
this
also do.
locomotive.
I don't know where that article went that I saw. I saw it in one of the links. But,
Speaking of things that are moving frame and other componentry on a truck.
Go on.
Our boys, they're coming home to Danbury.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
a really
are.
important piece of news. Yes, we need to cover that. Yeah, the electrics that were out in the woods there are finally coming home. Do we have a date on the move?
I don't think we have a date specifically.
Ah, well.
Let me see if Railfan and Rare has managed to get.
Oh,
Like they were getting loaded up on the 3rd.
I just
So
realized.
I wouldn't be. What?
Not you. You can continue digging. I just realized that there's only one way into this complex, and it's not a good one. So I need to figure out how to amend that.
You should keep it like that. Be some lore.
No, it would be supremely annoying. Nobody would leave it like this.
I love how they had to split the front and the back of one of the electrics onto 2 different trucks.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I did really love the like. I looked at it for a long while. Like, okay, how do they do this? Yeah, no, that's
It's so funny also how like the land is just being developed around it. They're like, okay, guys, like you guys like have to get this shit out of here.
yeah, it's amazing. I mean, last time we were there, that was all trees.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we've never been back there. We've never trespassed on.
no,
that
no,
shit, but
we've never. Yeah, no, of course not. Last time we sent
we
the
flew our
drone back
drone
there,
in
yeah,
yeah.
it was all trees. But in seriousness, that is insane to think about. Like that area has just been flattened.
Yeah.
I know that's sort of like my inner hippie just talking a little bit, but like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yay, land of Fallout.
Yeah.
Our
I mean, that's
boys, They're coming home.
it was a swampy little island. It's not like it was some sort of pristine piece of wilderness secluded away. It's just like right outside of Albany next to a coal power plant. But it is still just crazy to think about that it was a completely different landscape.
Oh yeah.
They split the engine yet they transport entire bridge support structures in one piece. Well, they have to get this thing into Danbury. And I don't even.
I can't imagine driving these giant.
Does
trucks through
Danbury have room for these?
Yeah, they have room. The museum has room. It's not a ton. It is a little bit of a confined museum, sort of like the CRRM, but they do have enough empty space to sort of fit them in. They have enough empty space that when you do a cab ride in Danbury, you get to just like shuffle around freight cars.
Or the hand on the throttle.
Yeah, hand on the throttle. Sorry, not a cab ride.
Yeah, you get to build your own train.
It's really neat.
Which, if they had a steam engine, that would be the go-to for sure.
That would be goated.
I mean, it's kind of like one of the ones that are like, it's up there. It's number 2 on my list, and then number 1 is somewhere with a steam engine.
Nevada Northern.
But yeah, I mean, so I take it we don't have a. I take it we
Yeah, I
don't have a
couldn't
date
find
on
a
the
date.
move. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming if they were put onto the trucks on November 3rd, how long are they just going to let the trucks sit there and do nothing?
Yeah, no, they might already be gone.
Also, I feel like they probably don't want to just be like, "Hey, these trucks are going from this place to this place on this day."
Yeah, there's like a foamer alert going out right now. Brian asks, how many not a Terminus streams are there going to be before the next real one? And that's a really good question because
Probably a couple years.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
maybe like 17, 18
well,
Episodes
I'm
or
doing
years?
years.
I've been doing these because I've been super busy with various things, up to and including, and especially Locodome. It's just been sapping all of my time, and doing a full podcast has been difficult with that in mind. So this has just been like okay, well, I can just jump on and do like a half a podcast or whatever. And I've been looking at those half a podcast streams and thinking like, are these, could we keep doing it this way? Because it's a lot easier and it is a little bit more boiled down. The only thing is, I feel like missing Locomotive Versus as a part of the podcast is just sort of lame. And and on top of that, missing the beginning part where we just all sort of talk our stuff and shoot the crap and whatever is also an important part that I don't really want to get rid of. If we did Sunday driving on the regular and we could fold that
news into
beginning,
that instead?
well, if no, just the opposite really. If we could fold our chit chat time into just do that every week as Sunday driving, and then just break Locomotive Versus out as like its own thing. But at the end of the day, I don't have time to do. If I don't have time to do 3 different things, I definitely don't have time to do one, or the other way around. If I don't have time to do the podcast all together, I definitely don't have time to do the podcast all apart.
Yeah.
So, like, I really like the boiled down podcast, and I'm probably going to put it up to a vote later of like, so people that have been chiming into the half a podcast streams where we just do an hour of news and nothing else. What do you guys think? Should we keep doing this? Is this acceptable? Do you miss the other parts too much?
I mean, I feel like we could also, like, not to spend too much more time on this, but like do both and just like condense some of the news that we don't talk about into this.
Yeah, well,
we don't talk about most of the news on the podcast.
No, and I do think this is a good format for getting through some, like, a greater
We've
volume
through
of
so
news.
much.
Yeah. Sorry. And this is a good tool for us to get through a larger volume of news. And I like the way that it's formatted, and the fact that it is just this hour of relatively freeform content sort of feels like an evolution. But again, it misses a whole bunch of other pieces that have made the Terminus podcast what it is for the longest time. But I don't want to break that legacy.
I also know that this isn't like views aren't your main goal, but like I feel like the Terminus is a lot more watchable for people who aren't available to watch the stream.
I mean, it all goes up as a VOD anyway.
Yeah, but I feel like less people are watching the VOD of a stream than the published video that comes out.
Yeah, maybe. It's not like there's really, any difference in editing or that sort of thing. But no, that the point has merit.
Yeah,
I mean, the algorithm is
advertised differently on YouTube at least.
Oh yeah. The algorithm has been blessing some of the Terminus podcast episodes, and I really don't know why. But I'm not complaining.
What I mean. Like the Terminus gets like hundreds, if not thousands, of views.
Sometimes, some of them, just random ones. It's like this one has a few dozen views, and then I scroll down to this one has like 45,000, and I go, what happened here? Also, these don't have guests. Well, the idea was, if somebody jumps in the audience and is like, hey, I want to talk about this specific piece of news, we can let them in. And then that can be done. Sorry, I just got pinged. And we did have a guest on the last one. We did have a guest on the last half of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, technically we have 1, 2, 3, 4 guests on this one.
I mean, this format right here is not one that I would be sticking with. It would be like the ones that have the weekly timetable thumbnail. So, yeah. And I'd rather have route progress in the background rather than today I ran into Ukraine and another thing. Russia did thing again. Well, that's not gonna. What Orion just wrote. I don't. This isn't gonna be. This isn't gonna be mixed with the Terminus often or at all again. This was just me because I have to go away. I'm going to Pittsburgh soon, so I wanted to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get some route progress done, and also get some of the news out of the way.
Something Yinza.
Yeah. Wait, I don't understand.
Something carpetbaggers.
I didn't know we talked about Iran a lot on the Terminus.
So we
We don't.
I know,
Uh,
that's why I'm confused about Orion's comment. I'm like, wait, when do we cover current events like Iran and Ukraine?
We're not
Oh,
only
wait.
only the Saudi Zephyr.
This is not the Well,
Yeah.
There's Your Problem podcast. I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to.
Rusty said that he had. Well, you can put in. People can go into stream and recording and say like, pick out an article from Terminus News and say like, oh, this is something that I know about or whatever.
Yes, the 2023 invasion of Ukraine. The locomotive lost on February 27th,
Yes.
2022.
Or now
Blah,
for
blah.
The locomotive invasion of Ukraine.
Yeah.
No, let's jump to something else. Whatever. What else news do we have? Like good stuff, good juicy news. I know I left a lot of things in bold, but actually, oh, you know what? I have the document here. We talked about the Cincinnati sale. That needs to go into the other thing. What's up?
Arizona State got a baby.
What? Oh, they got a little thing, right?
Yeah, they got it. It says it's a 25 tonner, but it looks like a 40 tonner, and
me
it's
see.
just stinking cute.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my
Okay.
god. It does look like a 25 tonner.
Baboon.
So, okay, I have a question about this museum.
Okay.
Like, I've heard about it, but only recently. So, are they just like accumulating stuff?
Essentially, the Arizona State Road Museum was founded during the Centennial projects, because Arizona became a state in 1912, basically at the same time as Titanic, but unrelated. You know,
Allegedly unrelated.
yeah.
They're not
that's
related
why,
to the Titanic. They are, however, related to the iceberg.
Yeah.
No, Big Copper had nothing to do with Titanic. I just want to make that clear, disclaimer.
Big
But-
iron on his hip.
2012, a state wants to do some history things, because of course they put up a bunch of Centennial markers, and then Arizona State Road Museum forms. And essentially for the past decade and a bit now, they've been collecting equipment. They have a piece of land that is right next to the Grand Canyon Railway's shops in Williams.
Cool.
And then the goal will be to build a. Let me go pull up the thing here.
The stream is stuck right now because I'm trying to grab my Tolbrand map because I need to. The next thing is I need to figure out how the roads get into this town. I need to figure out the road
Roads.
network here. And when we have a lull, Rusty wants to hop in and talk about Railroader. So, oh wait, never mind. He's not in the audience anymore.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
See if I can find the actual blueprint for this thing. Here we go. You have a restoration facility, which is on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
A 120-foot turntable, of which I'm not entirely certain where they're gonna get one.
You can build a new one.
Yeah, and an amphitheater around it, and then the actual facility itself for display and archives.
By the way, going forward, let's try to keep the stuff that we talk about that we link in here. Just throw it in streaming and recording so that more people can see it. Because I want to make commentary on this. The thing that sticks out to me the most, of course, is the fact that that's not how tracks work, leading into the turntable. But
Yeah,
What?
yeah. That was just the proposal idea. I'm not sure if they've actually gotten more into legitimate design down to the finer details, but
The amphitheater around the turntable is kind of cool.
yeah, this whole place it screams really neat, but also right now they're saying due to government being government and funding shenaniganry, won't break ground until 2026.
oh, that's a bummer.
Wait, are they putting a trail along the outside or a park train? Oh, small gauge track, I see.
2 foot, 2 foot.
2 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot.
I feel like it's smaller than that, but
Yeah.
1 foot, 1
Foot.
foot, 1 foot, 1 foot.
Cagney.
Half a foot, half a foot.
Yeah.
I
Cagney,
am going
That'll
Cagney.
do.
turn off.
HO.
So
Alright.
Yeah, I'm
I'm,
gonna
take a
I'm gonna head out for a little bit as well.
All right. Thanks for popping. Thanks for stopping by and chit chatting. All right. What else have we got then? All right. Make sure to drop that in. Orion also made mention of uh, East Terminal Railway in Columbus. That's the one that got sold. Rippin piece. We did have an article about that. When
Do you know where
is-
is that article? Do you know where?
it was labeled Columbus, and then we talked about it briefly, and so I said to put it in thing. Oh, whoops! I just clicked on the wrong thing. Also, who is underneath their mic? Who is on top of their microphone?
That would be me again. I apologize.
Yeah.
When I wear this, it's perfectly fine, except for when I wear this one specific shirt.
Is it actually a clip-on mic?
No,
Oh, okay. Well then, I don't understand.
it's one that like hangs right next to my like it's literally directly under the earpiece. But
Gotcha.
sometimes when I lean back, it like drags against my shirt, and you know it's fine for any other shirt, but this shirt specifically, it's like nuh-uh.
Gotcha. I need
still don't
to
understand
figure out how to
is
get.
this. I still don't understand what this is. It's just
What?
a guy. This East Terminal Railroad. I still don't understand it.
It's me.
What?
It
What's?
just seems like it's just a guy that bought some track.
Oh yeah. Essentially.
I need to figure out where like the main boulevard for this town is gonna go, and it looks to be right here. If I want to be grid aligned, here is probably the place. Because, and these are like placeholder roads, but I need to figure out what the street grid is like for this, and where the major roads are. And I think what we'll do is we'll bring the state highway in here, along the side of the railroad.
Is that fucking Parsons?
Ooh,
What?
that reminds me. I need to update a certain game. Yeah, Tyler.
The
Yeah.
grind never stops.
No,
The
it's
grind
not.
never stops.
There we go. Let's do. Hold on. I'll hop back in the document because we seem to have stalled a little bit. Let me look at what our options are here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pick up some.
I mean, we've got a little bit about the.
Oh, Tyler, do you want to talk about the 4014 tour?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, where is that?
They're taking the
We
big
don't
name
know.
places. We know of some places. We don't know exactly how they're getting there. which
Probably
is-
over Union Pacific.
Okay, that's given. The stated anticipated stops on what they're calling the Four Corners tour,
Okay.
which will reach all 4 corners of Union Pacific's 23-state system. Which, sad, you're not getting all the points in Merger Mania.
Yeah, no, they need to bring the 4014 to Boston.
Yeah, they need to merge with CSX.
No.
The farthest east, the big boy will go next year is Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
They will have.
It would be really
an
funny if they ran it.
Texas. They
What?
ran it
What,
where?
Tyler?
Like into Chicago. Like park it next to a metro train.
Smoking
Watch
out
Metro
the
Light.
smoking out
Yeah.
Chicago Union Terminal. Or
Yeah.
Union Station.
The F40s do that anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, nice.
The other notable locations are Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, Texas.
Ah, come on.
Well, Roseville, California, on the West Coast,
Hmm.
and Portland, Oregon. Hopefully, RHHF can actually do something with this opportunity. Besides spinning things on the turntable, even though that's Hopefully, I just
Spin!
fire something up and then spin it on the turntable.
Okay, well that actually kind of
It
works.
is a really nice turntable, though. They will also be visiting Salt Lake City, Utah, and Nampa, Idaho, which the last one
Bender?
is it yeah, it's a weird inclusion, but it works. They have not announced the actual like routing for it, but my assumption is, knowing UP, they are going to either just gun it for the west immediately, which go through Salt Lake City, then through Idaho, up to Portland over the old OSL, down to Roseville, down the Sunset to Houston, up to Dallas, and then hit Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back through like Omaha and I don't know, big boy all over fucking Nebraska.
My favorite part was when the big boyed all over Nebraska.
Yeah.
When he said it's big boy time. Alright, so I am gonna try to work out a methodology for how the roads in South Bellington and Bellington might have worked. And part of it is
Grid system.
we have this. No, because this would not have been very planned as a town. We have this state highway that's coming in at more or less this direction. And this state highway will be following, reasonably speaking, it's following sort of an old road
Oh,
that led up into the mountains east. Are you okay?
I tab out of War Thunder to
Oh.
go into my music to skip a song, and I come back into War Thunder, and my M41 is about 20 feet in the air.
Alright, well, I'm we're trying to do this. I don't blame you if you want to play War Thunder, but
No,
You know.
I mean I'm yeah.
So I'm gonna try to line this up. I mean, this road is gonna get some twists and turns in it as I go. But if we look at sort of my inspirations here, one of which is Saco, Maine, I am trying to get like the appropriate crossroads in for what would be the major streets, where the major grids would be, and probably a road that goes along the river here, and then along the river here, which should also meet with whatever road contacts this one. So, let's, road along the river. Road along the river here. So, when is the 4014 tour?
They have not announced. It is
Oh.
sometime next year.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I was getting excited. I thought we were going to have a 4014 tour soon.
Ed and everybody at UP is keeping their cards very close to their chest on this one.
Yeah, so that they can say, oh, actually, we meant 2025.
Yeah, it's just when the government complains about PSR, they can be like, "Oh wait, we never said we were going to do this year."
Yeah, I know. It's
And yeah.
They said, why are you guys messing around with your big steam engine? Shouldn't you be like fixing the company? And they're like, oh, we're not using that. We're not using that. Oh, it's fine.
I've never heard of this thing before in my life.
Yeah. But okay, I mean, it's cool that we're getting another. I'm glad we're not getting another 4014's tour, if only so that people will stop going, we're never getting another 4014 tour. They put it away for good.
Well,
I wonder if they're gonna
you complain
give.
about the 844.
Well,
Where be that girl?
that's she's there.
Scrap.
Yeah,
Essentially.
they're gonna scrap. What was the joke from many years ago? They're gonna scrap 611.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Send
I
us
should.
on the Buckingham branch. All right.
Speaking of which, 611's been on the Buckingham branch.
Yeah.
It escaped Strasbourg.
Where's
Didn't it break down though,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something? What happened
It
to
had
611?
a flexible stable.
Oh, okay.
It's a steam engine. It's gonna do that.
And then
Yeah.
they just like speed ran the actual repair in like 24 hours, and we're just like, oh, it's good.
Well, it's a lot less grisly than when it broke its stoker,
Yeah.
that was last year, the year before. It feels like forever ago. I don't know when it was. But that's while it was still at Strasbourg, before it escaped.
Yeah.
I dropped the 611 thing into the... Oh, I can do that right now. I'll throw the 611 thing into the cargoes. I've seen some beautiful photos of 611 at Buckingham Branch. I wish I was there. That is... frankly, I'm really happy to see that 611 is able to sort of stretch its legs again, instead of being confined to the Berg. I know it's a short line operator, but it just strikes me as it's like this is a locomotive going out on domain line and doing the thing Mango gobbles.
Yeah, but
It's
Oh, hang on
return
a
to
sec.
form for.
It is return to form for 611, but you know, I feel like too many foamers are just like, it's never going to do it again. It's never leaving Strasbourg.
Mhm.
You know, you can't do that in today's America. They took away my rights by not putting the steam locomotive on the main line. And we do have some other excursion news, right? We have some news about the CP engine somewhere.
The 2816.
Yeah, the CPKC engine.
Yeah. They've they've done some more testing, and ran it on the main line.
Oh my God, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it? I thought it was.
Essentially, they're just doing it. They just basically did the last test run of the season, and it. I'm trying to see here. Where did it have the note of? It hit like 60 miles an hour or something on the test.
Well, that's kind of exciting, actually.
Yeah. And also Doyle was there, and Doyle was giving a bunch of praise.
Doyle was there.
Yeah. Doyle has a hand with CP.
Does he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know the fact of the matter with a steam locomotive doing a cross country tour kind of needs a lot of fuel and water.
Well, yeah, I mean, he would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Well, he also would know where one could get an auxiliary tender.
Oh,
As
right.
in, yeah, 2018-16 now has 4449 sold Oxy.
Is it
I don't.
painted for CP?
I think it's painted for CP now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if this is just a temporary thing or if this is a CP just bought this thing outright and boom. But we'll see.
Yeah, that is an interesting question, kind of, because I mean, Doyle has been selling stuff.
Yeah.
For example, the
But it's
Alco
also like,
at Casey.
yeah. I don't think the tender was Doyle's own. I think it's ORHF in general, in which case I'd assume it wasn't sold because it's kind of, future operational capability would be very nice to have an Oxy. It's kind of why CP wants it.
Oh, Bink has his hand up. Let's take a question from the audience. Let Bink in. I want to know what he wants to talk about here.
Bink, you can speak now. Speak if.
Maybe Bink can talk about Railroader. What piece of news are you bringing to the table?
So with Railroader today was the November update video,
Yep.
right? So CTC, which is in the chat of the server, you can look. It's under the Railroader tab now.
Yep.
Would you like a server host?
I mean maybe, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What is the what can you tell us about the November update and Railroader in general? Oh god, I'm spinning. Oh god, the camera's spinning. Oh Jesus Christ. How long was it doing that for? That's gonna make somebody sick.
Round and round. Um, so going into early access in December,
Oh, okay.
stuff is getting done. There's gonna be 2 more videos this month. One is tutorial. One is something else. I don't remember.
Okay.
Um, but it's looking like it's almost there. The main bit of modeling work that needs to be done is buildings, but the
Mhm.
core gameplay's on.
Okay, well that's pretty exciting.
Right.
I wasn't really following Railroader for a while, and then I just, I saw a couple of random videos. Or, I think one, and it was showcasing the AI and stuff like that, and how they'd made the map a bunch bigger, and I went, huh,
Yeah, that
interesting.
was
Like,
the that
what'd you
was
say?
the June video.
Okay, yeah, that tracks. And I see something about dispatching, which of course I immediately got pinged for. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that was done by Joe.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Again, I'm not saying. I'm saying that honestly. I appreciate being pinged for dispatching shenanigans.
So with that, um, in the main way of the game, so you're gonna start out with 2 locomotives, 10-wheeler, and a mogul.
Hmm.
Mogul needs to have repairs done because it was dumped there. Uh, and then everything with the CTC signals, all that stuff, it comes as an upgrade. So it's, hey, investments in your railroad make things better. Weird.
Sort of like a tutorial of sorts.
To a degree, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, we showed
sadly,
this to the class 1 executives, right?
I have to say, I am slightly disappointed, even though it is very out of era. There is no Hunter Harrison dumping cars everywhere.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure we can make that happen.
Oh, 100%. But that also goes into the reputation system of dumping cars on the ground makes you look like shit.
Oh, really? There's a reputation system?
Yes, there is.
Okay, that's funny.
Yes.
Oh
So
man,
you
so
have
I
your,
can't just wreck
and it's
everything.
an overall score between passenger, freight, and dumping cars.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's. I feel like if we do the Mount Desert Island Valley, but it's in Railroader, there's gonna be some problems. We're gonna have
So what
a
I'm hearing is we just got to keep the passengers very happy while dumping them on the ground.
yeah. Well, we can.
This challenge accepted.
Can we get a Lark style stripper car? That'll make the passengers happy.
And the buddy.
What?
I don't know. I was thinking we just do a Via Way where they have to weigh their fucking baggage and go through security and all that shit like Via does.
Yeah. Well, what you could have is you could just have like the TSA, so that you get assaulted.
Yeah, Via. That's what Via does.
It's kind of. It's funny how many there are always a lot of posts on the Amtrak subreddit about like how strict is Amtrak really about like your bag or this or that, and it's just always like they don't care. You can take like a grill. My aunt took a grill on the train when she was heading back to Virginia from her home here in Rhode Island. It's just like, yeah, no, they'll let you get away with anything. They don't care. They're not here to police
Meanwhile,
you.
in Canada,
Yeah.
we weigh suitcases on a train.
Well, if you have too much weight, you can't take off.
Exactly. You can't get stuck behind the local freight train.
Anyway, all right. What else? What else have we got here? Is there anything from your neck of the woods or that has jumped out to you in news in the last couple of weeks or so? We've sort of reached a lull, and I'm gonna be here for another hour, so I might as well make the best of it.
Well, of course, there is the big one coming up this weekend. Respect your veterans. Off topic a little bit. Respect your veterans.
Yeah. That is the thing. I'm going
Premier
to
S160.
my dad's a veteran. We're going on a little trip. I think he's considering it his way of celebrating, but really it's just something we planned for like a year to go to Pittsburgh. We're going to the pits.
I was putting stuff in the Terminus news
What'd you put in?
a little while. This is like a while ago.
Oh. Well, I mean,
Um,
we still have like the last several months of news socked away. If you remember what it was, we might have it. We do
yeah,
have,
like something CP,
yeah.
something KC,
but this-
something derailments.
This still needs to go in the cargoes, so let's put that there.
Yeah, speaking of video games,
Oh,
but we as in Studio 346, my neck of the woods, did show off a little update teaser shenaniganry for Halloween of DNRGW Diesel Mechanical number 50,
oh, really?
Yes.
which is coming along. It's a cute little dude. There have been much climbing around with stuff in Golden.
Oh, just climbing all over actual 50 to take measurements.
Well,
Tyler.
it's kind of just that's how this works.
Yeah. No, I
Not a
know,
lot
I
of
understand.
drawings to this thing.
I have sent people to places with
Tape
with
measures.
tape measures more than once. And actually, speaking of which, there was a piece of news about them blowing the 470's whistle on the 113.
Nice.
So that's fun. And also there are a couple of videos of like they gave a shop tour and something like that.
Mm-hmm. With a little whistle.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to put certain things here. Trying to figure out the street grid for South Bellington. I've started to get some streets down with 650-foot blocks. And I don't know if I can fit another one.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let me just look at this really quick. Because you know what I should have been doing this whole time is sharing my screen to this chat. Also, I don't know how much my computer will like it, but we'll try it. That way you guys can also see what I'm doing on top of YouTube. But yeah, the Cincinnati Railroad did sell to NS. Orion asked about the ETR. Is that's the railroad, right? The ETR, or is that a different one?
I think that's a different one.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the Cincinnati one. I thought we were talking about the same thing. We're not. I have no idea what the ETR is.
The Cincinnati one is the Cincinnati Southern.
Oh, okay.
I think ETR is the Eastern Terminal. Is that the one with the one dude with
So-
the one dude who owns a railroad?
On the
Yeah.
subject of NS stuff,
Mm-hmm.
NS has been very, very big on their marketing of like their new train, like their big scanning tunnel thing that they built. That's like it's more
What is-
efficient to check cars. Like
Oh,
basically-
yeah. You know what? We do have an article on that. I don't remember what I named it.
Defect detector, which I got a DM
it's
from
the
NS.
AI one.
I got
AI
a DM from NS on that one.
Mhm.
Something along the lines of, "Please don't make jokes about Ohio," because I made a comment in there of, "If it detects a defect, you just keep going, right?"
God damn. I mean,
Well,
oof,
all I
but,
must say
you know.
is you earned those jokes, NS.
yeah. Please don't make fun of that we blew up a town.
No, they just go like, "Well, it's not the first time the Canadians did it before we did. Twice."
Hey, you know, everyone gets their turn. I saw some SD60s heading to either scrap or rebuild. Those hydrogen locomotives are... But ETR is the East Terminal Railway run by a guy with a YouTube channel. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
He needs an E unit.
He needs an E unit. Well, what about the one that's going to Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
the
not
one
going
that's
to
going
Olive
to
Garden. Where's it actually going?
It's going to the Monticello.
Okay.
It's going to Olive Garden. Please
No.
put a breadsticks dispenser.
It
So-
in
is
it.
actually, it is also going to Thomas Jefferson.
Oh god.
Excuse me? What does that mean?
Whatever the hell it is you do in Monticello.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was like, I don't understand the connection because I was trying to figure out how to explain me misreading Olive Green as Olive Garden 3 separate times.
Yeah, that's a good question actually.
I
How did you mix
I
that?
may have been hungry. Okay? I may have been thinking of how Spaghetti Factory puts the trolley cars in the buildings and thinking like, okay, but what if you did that with an E unit in an Olive Garden?
It'd be great. My friends, we remove the 567 and then we just put seating in there.
And we put no, I like what Big said. We just fill it with unlimited breadsticks.
Oh my god.
It's
So
It's like a corn maze, but it's just breadsticks.
it's
in the terms of local-ish commuter rail for me,
go on.
um, I believe Go Transit has finally finished their study on can we put poles on the lakeshore line to give us electric units.
And
And
what
the
did they
answer
conclude?
is,
I believe the answer is yes, but finding
Woo!
official stuff on this is like very annoying.
Oh,
of course, they want
Which-
to hide it.
25 kilovolt, 60 hertz AC.
that's pretty standard.
Yep, standard. Which, I mean, if they're gonna be doing that, you might as well do the rest of the Canadian rail network.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah.
Just put up the wire.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you can still order a little
but I
Joe's
mean-
here, right?
In the department of the politics department, I know how bad the budget cuts are for where I work,
Mm.
so I don't know how bad it's gonna be for everyone else. Thank you, inflation.
Oof.
Um,
Oh,
Yes,
speaking of
I need to
hydrogen was mentioned. Do we have a thing on hydrogen? We had a CPKC thing that was hydrogen, right?
there should be one.
We do.
Yeah.
We
What's
do
up
have
with that?
PKT.
If
That
if
sounds
if we
bad.
know anything about it, what's up with that?
They're doing a thing.
They're
It's
doing a
painted
thing.
weird,
Okay.
and I don't know. It's hydrogen. They talk about not having a carbon neutral locomotive solution, and we need to invest in this. And I just tell them there's a thing called wires. Put them on.
That makes the most sense. Unless
Yeah.
you're Henry Ford, where it's build the post, put the wires up, and then get rid of the wires.
Well,
Yeah,
eventually
or
you get rid of the
you're,
wires.
Or
But
you're
leave
the
the poles up,
DT&I
'cause
and you
they're both
fucking
strong.
run into it.
So
I'm really
Tyler,
not sure what to do here.
Yes, Pink?
weird request slash go to Bible and
I'm fine.
heist.
Okay.
Yeah, go bitch at Mark and Weibel. Can we have some Canadian shit, please?
For
In the
what is
Studio
it?
346 game that you're making?
I don't think that's. I mean,
Yeah,
does White Pass and
Well, you
Yukon
mean-
count?
it does count.
Then,
Yes.
yeah, I mean that's happening. Pretty sure at some point.
Well, okay, we do have the DL535Es in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's at the end, right? At the roundhouse scene with the
Yeah,
stupid stuff
and
on
also
the
we have a shot of them going through a map. So
I'm out.
Yay!
map.
you'll just have to wait and see what else comes.
Yeah, I'm
about,
not.
and
I'm
I
not gonna
cannot-
ask for any spoilers because you can't say anything.
Yeah, I am
Um,
under a very nice and fun NDA. That's
Yep.
always great because it's like the last couple of times gone on the podcast. Be like, bring it up, and then it's always, "Hey, can we have this? Can we have that? Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna?" It's like
Yeah, it's like.
I would love to
Shut
tell you
up.
these things, but I cannot.
Tyler, can I die in a boiler explosion, please? Andrew Reynolds says Ballard receives order for CPKC for additional fuel cells for locomotives. The main hydrogen news that I've read. Fuel cells, I didn't think were it. I didn't think that's what they were going for, but I don't know what's inside of these hydrogen black boxes that they've just been working on.
I don't think anybody really understands because, like, why would you care to understand hydrogen?
Water goes in, magic juice comes out, train goes
Exactly.
forward and backwards. On the subject of train game news, though,
Go ahead.
something else I played recently, much to Lincoln's despair,
What?
is I played the demo for Siberian Railroad Simulator.
Oh, that thing.
Oh
Or the
my god, that
Trans-Siberian.
game.
So,
How is
so
that?
I have to say, the the main gameplay, they don't really give you much, but
Mhm.
it's a very fun but weird mix of basically My Summer Car and a playaway train game, because all the playaway's train games seem to be the same.
It,
Uh,
when I saw the like demo for it video ages and ages ago, it seemed like the locomotive control was like outrageously realistic. In like, you gotta set this breaker, then you gotta do this, and you gotta do this and this and this just to get
it
the
is
locomotive running.
like the startup procedure is very accurate. I quite like that. Like you literally have to go back there, flip the batteries on, throw your pantographs up, fire up your compressor, reset all of your breakers, make both locomotives talk to each other.
Yeah, that is fascinating that it
Like
goes into
that
that
is
much
awesome.
detail.
And then you also have a ton of replacement parts that you have to do. So you have to do your own maintenance to a degree. Which,
If something
uh,
happens,
if
I take
something
it that
happens on the road, put a spring in.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say I take it that there are incidents that could happen that like demand that you fix the train.
Um, but just in the little tutorial thing, you can walk to like the little flea market that they have set up at the start, so you can buy your food and stuff.
Okay, that's awesome.
You can also buy a chainsaw and kill all of the NPCs. Like, and you can also buy an AK and kill all the NPCs. It's amazing.
that's
So
that's
it's
incredible.
it's amazing. I like it. That right there sold me on the game. Right? When
I
I can
know
go out and hunt and shoot black bears from the fucking cab of a locomotive, that's
that's what I was about to ask.
yes.
I know train control, train operation, realistic as heck. Is the hunting realistic?
I have not been able to play that. However, being able to snipe a person in the head from about 200 meters is very accurate.
I love the yeah. I mean, I don't know if that part's accurate because I've never shot a black bear, but it seems good. Uh, that's fascinating. That is yeah. That's
Along
a
with the temperature thing too. So it's like if you have like refrigerated items,
hmm
stick them like outside of the cab and they will stay cold. Put them in the cab, they will warm up. If you take your human outside of the cab, you will freeze to death.
I I and is this a Russian developer? Is this a Finnish developer? Uh,
Uh, Uno Momento on the search bar there. It is published by Playaway.
okay. I don't know what Playaway is. I'm not familiar with them. And yes, TBA, this is actually technically the Terminus podcast. Um, well,
Also, question: when do we get the point where we have the scenario you're transporting troops for the Russo-Japanese War?
I don't know. So the developer is called Pentacle, and they're Polish.
okay. See, usually
Pol-
the brutally difficult games are Finnish, which is what I find interesting here.
Finnish or somewhere else in
Yeah.
the ex-Soviet Union.
I mean, I guess
Um,
Poland fights. What happened? This isn't how it's supposed to be.
So,
Locodome
so for,
happened. Anyway, sorry.
So for your reference on what Playaway makes, they make the semi-meh games of like Car Mechanic Simulator and what else is in the here that like makes any sense? Car Mechanic Simulator 20, like the different generations of it. What else have they made or
I want all
published?
this to be 20. I want all this
Car
to be
Mechanic
70.
Simulator with boats.
So that sounds like boat simulator. Boat
And
mechanics.
tanks and like basically the same game reskinned. I thought they had a train game published.
Do they have train mechanic simulator? Because that's a thing.
Yes, they do.
Is that them? Okay, yeah. TV says, I'm gonna sit here and talk to you for the rest of the night and stop it boring work. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't. We'll be on for another 30, 45 minutes. It depends. I know I need to leave and go get Gloria at some point. And I'm gonna run out of steam at some point. I usually don't end up making it through all of under construction when I'm not like in a really good and productive mood. But this has been good. I mean, I'm glad that we got through as much of the news as we did. And yeah, I need to increase the height of this whole area to 72.
Oh my lord, there's so many things.
So they just make they make these pretty generic sounding games, yeah.
They literally make simulator for everything. There's literally in Q3 2024 they're making a paver simulator.
A paver simulator? Okay.
As in literally put down patio stones on somebody's driveway simulator.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not.
Are they the people that do power washing sim, or is that?
No, this is these people have made this is all player stuff. Is there a developer page for this thing?
Well, anyway, I was mostly asking because I wanted to know if it was finished, because it does sound like My Summer Car, but it's a train simulator.
No, it is Polish.
Yeah. TBA says hello to whoever is guest on the show. That'd be you, I guess, Bink.
Hi. First time ever without having to do a thing.
Yeah. Well, if we ever do this again, it will be a more formalized, hey, open invite, like pick a piece of news out and then just say, hey, I want to talk about that, and we'll sort of cycle through people. Currently, it's streaming, recording, no, there's not anybody that's sort of in the queue, so to speak. But again, we've been doing this for like an hour and a half at this point. But that's a little fascinating. What's something that we can jump to here? Is there anything else that you've sort of caught up on or paid attention to, Tyler, over the last couple weeks?
Let's see here. Stuff that I've been...
Because we just got this Conway Scenic article, and I don't know what's going on with it, but I don't want to broach it without TJ, because I know he would have something to say.
Yeah. Well, Age of Steam bought
I listened in at the purpose.
Hey, TJ.
I crashed in the race I was doing, so I have about like 10 minutes between this one and the next one. So.
Okay, well, perfect.
I heard you whisper my name, so I came.
Well, yeah. I mean, have you looked at this Conway Scenic article?
The cruise one?
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about.
Yeah, so they're basically like, hey, look what the Alaska Railroad does. That's kind of cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And they saw the port in Portland, the Portland, and they're like, hey, cruise ships go to Portland too.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. So what they want to do is
restore the mountain division.
Is you bring see, I was hoping for something like that. I was hoping they were like, yeah, we're gonna run to Gorham, and then we're gonna go east. But what's actually happening is they are going to run a bus from the cruise ship in Portland to North Conway. You ride the train, then you get back on the bus, and you go back to the ship.
TBA said the Discord volume is low, so let me turn that up a little bit. Hold on, so, TJ, say something again?
Something again.
Okay. I don't know if that's too quiet. I don't know if it's too... I can't tell. I'm just looking at the waveform.
What's the number? What is the waveform hitting the number?
I don't know. Hold on. Well, mine was going into... I'm sort of just judging it against mine, which is sort of between -20 and -15 when I really speak up. And then
what are we at? Like -25?
Yeah, you were a little bit lower, and I just moved it up so that when you talk, you're up. You're up about where I was.
Actually, in my professional opinion, it's the guidelines are usually like you want to be as close to peaking as possible without peaking. So like -12, -5 is like the highest maybe people should go.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, -20 I could see being a little quiet, especially if it's lower than 20.
Well, as long as sort of we are equal, then people can just adjust the volume to their
Yeah, you do it at
preference.
audience.
That's
You do it.
yeah.
We
Well, I don't want
care,
to
you do
adjust
it.
my volume. I think it's been the same way for so long. I don't want to mess with that.
No, I'm just messing
We
around.
could figure it out.
Yeah,
I need
you
to
guys
figure out
do
where to
it.
put the station here.
You think we care enough? No, you do it.
Um, I'm having a nostalgia moment of wow, new version of trains. The UI looks almost exactly the same with new textures.
Yep.
I mean, the UI looks a lot different if you use Surveyor 2.0.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say. Well, there is also, and yeah, it does have
big
a
if.
yeah, it's a big if. Who would do that though?
Which
Capital
I was
IF.
posting trains memes in the Railroader Discord, with much to Adam's despise.
Let's put that there. Let's do this. 'Cause I want
I don't know how.
2 tracks here.
Sorry. I don't know how I feel about the Conway Scenic thing. Like, I think it's really cool that they're gonna bring more people to the Conway Scenic, but also like the idea of riding a bus from Portland to North Conway, riding a train for 2 hours, then getting back on a bus.
Honestly, yeah, that does sound like it would suck. I wouldn't want to do that.
That sounds like a
Um,
military exercise waiting to happen.
Like, I
Ride a
know,
bus
like
for
you
2
do.
hours, come back.
Sorry,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say. I just love interrupting people today, I guess.
It's Discord.
Yeah. Like you do it on the CNS, or sorry, the CNT. I was mixing the two up.
Well,
Like the Coomers and Toltec, you ride one way on a bus and one way on a train, but like you were on the train for like 8 hours or whatever the hell.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
I don't know. Actually, I've never been, so I don't remember how long. But
It-
like
it
you know,
is-
you're on.
it is something
It's
like
more
that.
than the Conway Scenic,
yeah.
Yeah.
and you get lunch too, which I think you'll probably get like lunch on the train. But like, don't you stop for lunch on the CNS
okay.
or CNT?
So the CNT, you stop at
Hoosier.
Coomera Summit. Is it Osier or is it?
Osier is where the food is. That I remember.
Yeah, Osier's where
You can't forget the food.
Okay, but
That's where I
so
get the food from.
what the CNT does with the buses is the same exact thing that Durango does, where it's if you want to take the up train and then take a bus down, you can. If you want to take the bus up and then take the train down, you can. Or you can take the train both ways.
No. Well,
Ways.
that's not entirely true. Because
I thought like the main advertised trip is the one-way train, one-way bus.
Yeah,
I thought
if-
that was like the one
I
that they
Don't
like most people
think
buy.
So.
well, you can't ride from Antonito to Chama and back in one day. That's not. If you're doing that, you're taking the
Yeah.
bus one direction. You can go halfway to Osier and then come back. But,
And then
TJ, you're right about the main trip is you go all the way across the railroad and then you bus back, or vice versa. You bus all the way across and then whatever.
Yeah, and that's
I-
what Conway Scenic wants to do. Well, actually, yeah, they kind of do, because to get from Portland to North Conway, you have to go down the highway that goes through the Washingtons, don't you? Or the presidential range, don't you?
I would have
Like
to look at the
Crawford
map.
Notch, basically.
I would have to look at the map, but it is that.
That's like the
sort of
only
thing.
highway through there.
Yeah, and that's, I think the reason why this just doesn't seem like it would be as good is that you have to bus both ways. You go up there,
Yeah.
you take a relatively short train trip, and then you
Compared
have
to-
to bus back.
Yeah, like compared to, because I mean, the best person to ask would be Graham, but like, isn't the Alaska Railroad trip like a half-day thing or like a whole day thing? Like,
It's
you don't
something
just
like
like
that.
you don't just like go on the Notch train isn't that long, right?
It's a few hours at least. I think it's the Notch train is like a full day thing, is it not? Because what train are they advertising with this arrangement?
I don't know. I think if I'm remembering correctly, which I'll have to look back at the article. I don't have it open in front of me. Let me open
Oh,
it. But
snap!
if I
Wait a
remember,
minute. Wait. Jader.
Jada.
No,
The Jader?
Jader rode the Conway Scenic on Apollo. I wanted to ask him how long the trip was. You were saying?
If I remember correctly, the article said something about a 2.5-hour train ride.
Yeah, that's not the Notch train. That is like a medium length train, if I remember right. I think.
I don't know. I don't remember what they're, because you would think if you're gonna go on a cruise ship thing, it would be the big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Look it up. Go see booking
Yeah, I'm
tickets
working
for
on- I'm
Conway
working on it.
Scenic and just see how long it.
Well, I'm just gonna look at the article
Yeah.
because I think it talks about the trip, the train trip,
On a slight
the
meme
Twain Twip.
ish type deal note, every
What's up?
time I hear Alice say Jader, I'm like, Jader, get over here, start treeing and farming stuff.
Sorry. Oh, is this the station I used over here? Because I like the NYOW station. Yeah, okay, that's the one getting used over here as like the station that they built.
Hey, look, you're green
Oh.
out here.
Okay, I see. I figured it out.
What is it?
It's an 8-hour rail bus experience, fully narrated. Cruisers embark Conway's own motor coaches at Portland's Ocean Gateway. Which, why are they not riding the 2-foot?
Right?
At Portland's Ocean Gateway or Ocean Terminal for an hour's drive through the scenic. It's only an hour. Okay. An hour's drive through the scenic countryside into North Conway, New Hampshire. Don't forget about the traffic. A quaint Norman Rockwell village of copper steeples and wooden storefronts to board the train for a picturesque blah 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 blah. The train ascends into the White Mountains on a 2.5-hour journey of non-stop scenery.
Whoa.
Through forest, over river rapids and gorges, across steep trestles, past waterfalls, a ski resort, historic homes and lodges.
This is
For the-
sounding like a horrendous Thomas episode.
For the dedicated, listen to this. For the dedicated cruise train, the railroad plans to offer hot-plated lunches and dome car dining with chefs working in a fully equipped kitchen car. Special experiences can be tailored for each brand. For example, a microbrews tasting. Whoa.
Oh, that's for you, TJ.
High up at Crawford Notch, passengers. Oh, okay, so it is a one-way thing. Wait. High up at Crawford Notch, passengers disembark and return to buses for a faster 40-minute ride down with different scenery, stopping for an hour at North Conway to explore its one-of-a-kind shops, including an old-time general store. The bus ride itself is awesome, Swerk said, as it winds down through the mountains and between North Conway and Portland, passes through the countryside of forests and fields with horses, barns, churches, old graveyards, farmers market, and art fairs, which you don't get off the bus to go enjoy.
Yeah, you get to see them though.
It's like,
there
oh, look
there
at
they
that
are.
farmer's market. I wish I could buy those
I
vegetables.
have to say though, as a person who has dealt with coach buses quite a bit, all it takes is one person, and that entire trip is ruined.
Yeah, if someone takes a shit in the bathroom.
I mean, that's very true. But honestly, I take back a lot of my concerns because this does sound like a fairly well thought out and
Well, no, I know they thought it out, but like at the same time, it's like if I'm going to go to like the trip is not for me. Let me preface.
yeah.
Because I'm not going to be riding a cruise to Portland, Maine, and being like, let's explore.
No, you'll be driving.
Exactly. I'll drive to North Conway because that's like the train and driving in your own vehicle. I feel like are the best ways to experience the White Mountains.
Yep.
On a bus, like, cause like the thing about the White Mountains is like, you're unless you like meticulously plan your trip, you're driving through the White Mountains and you go, oh, that looks cool. Let's stop.
Yeah.
And like, if you're on a bus, like obviously not going to be able to do that.
Stop
Like-
the bus!
Yeah, guys, there's a farmer's market.
I need to get a pumpkin.
Yeah, wait, let me get some fresh fruit.
Oh man, my ears are
So
ringing.
they're
Yeah, you guys
bad
need
part
any
is
asparagus? Some
cruise
organic
train
asparagus?
501, right?
I can totally see somebody saying that.
Yeah.
I
Well, no,
have
one of the
a person
avocados?
in my head.
The fact that it's not a very long bus ride and that you get to go up on the train and you do get to go up to the Notch and then you come down and spend a little time in North Conway. That is, that actually it seems like a good experience.
Yeah, I don't know. With the amount you're paying for a cruise, I'd want a longer train ride.
Yeah, but I mean, you're paying for the cruise.
Well, no, I mean if you're going on a cruise that has one of these exclusive train trips, you're paying for the train trip too.
Well, I don't know if
Rocky Mountaineer.
we don't
Yeah,
know how
Rocky
it's.
Mountaineer, Alaska Railroad, all that craz.
Well, let's be honest. We don't know how it's priced. It could just be an add-on that if you want to do the train, it's an extra however many bucks.
That's true. Yeah, it could
Uh,
the the cruise ship could dock in scenic Portland, Maine for a day, and you can choose to go to Conway Scenic or Maine Narrow Gauge.
I know what I'd pick.
Probably, if I had the choice and I'd never done either of them, I would probably choose Conway Scenic.
Yeah, that's true. This is gonna cut into main narrow gauge. They're gonna end up having to move to gray after all.
Oh man, the bus could go to Gray too. It's not that much farther.
Is it
would be
farther?
nice.
It's not important. That's not important. Don't answer that question.
So, let's discuss the time it would take you to get from Portland, Maine to Gray, Maine.
Yeah, let's have some more geography lessons on this.
Well, let
This
me just say,
episode.
when I went on a ski trip to Sunday River, and I went home passing through Gray, Maine, past the site of where that thing was going to be, I did not go through North Conway to get home.
Yeah, that really that helps. I don't know where Gray is. Anyway,
In Maine.
thanks. Yeah, you're right. Damn, I figured it out. I wish East was here because I don't know what Sunrail is, and I wanted to ask. There's like 37 different train operators in Florida, and what does Sunrail do?
Knowing nothing about
they're a
Sunrail, I
commuter
think it's like a
operator.
commuter. Oh, yep.
Yeah. But we do have a note on the. We have a little note on the long distance study from Railway Age. If people
Are
want to
they
sift
gonna
through that,
give me fucking Sunset Limited back to Phoenix?
I hope so. I mean, I
Please?
am looking forward to seeing what the FRA recommendations end up being. With
Oh, wait, no,
regard
this isn't about the long distance study. This is about dealing with
disappointment.
no, this thing is about the comparing to what is this? What is the actual term? HTF.
HTF? What is that? Sounds like a
Oh.
hormone.
This 50-year US DOT embargo by guidance, where grants for capital and maintenance of existing intercity railroad infrastructure are routed through a lengthy BCA grant approval process, but Highway 4R9 funds are programmatically distributed, needs to be removed for both intercity freight and passenger rail infrastructure funding, or the ongoing US DOT FRA Amtrak long distance study will likely face the same fate as the 1979 study.
So wait, the implication is that it's way harder to get money for rail in any form than it is for highways.
Yes,
Oh my
I
god!
can't even believe
No
that.
way! Yeah.
because there's just
crazy.
a metric in there about
Wait,
the
highways
actual
are
cost
disproportionately funded?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's not even that. It's just sort of yeah. I mean, it is. I didn't know anything really about the procedure that rail funding has to go through.
All right,
Because
I'll
I
be
don't
back
It's
in a
do-
minute.
actually it's an interesting read. I would like to see more on the subject because it's kind of like basically what it boils down to is I guess highways can just easily leverage the sales tax
Mhm.
on fuel to be like, yeah, this will maintain the infrastructure once we built it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Which, in practice, it does not really pan out that way.
Well, infrastructure be expensive.
Yeah.
maintain.
Whereas rail,
I mean,
the sales tax on
let's
fuel does not go back into that.
yeah. This is gonna be like
Um,
this. This is really wonky.
And arguably, also when you just allow funding to go really easily to the highways and to building airports, and then just like, yeah, how can you compete? Like, you gave the other people shotguns and let them get up to point blank range on me. I'm not gonna win this battle. You gave me like a Bowie knife.
Well, at least it was a Jim Bowie knife manufactured in Turner's Falls.
Yeah, yeah. You know.
I have some more CPKC news if you'd like that.
Yeah, what
Oh,
what
sure.
about?
So we have 2816 doing its run whenever that happens in 2024,
Yep,
coming in April.
Mango
Yeah, we
Gobbles.
covered that.
Run onto the main line.
Yes. We also have the schedules for the U.S. and the Canadian holiday trains this year.
Oh, okay. So they didn't cancel Christmas this year. That's always good.
Nope.
Christmas
But
time.
it's no longer the CP holiday train. It's now the CPKC holiday train, which does not roll off the tongue nearly as nicely.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Um,
The C stands for Santa.
yeah. So I have both schedules up here, and we'll see what the differences are.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the holiday season,
It's the holiday season.
you know what?
Dun,
What
dun.
recently came back to bring the Christmas cheer?
What?
Mason's toy.
Oh yeah, we have articles on 1225?
We don't have an article. We have a Facebook post of 1225 going mango gobbles.
Well, we have something anyway. Something linked.
Yeah. So it passed by Robin's Furniture Warehouse, which is a very nice little photo there. Oh, the
I
actual
mean,
quality of the image is
it's
a little-
nice to see that they decided not to scrap. They decided not to scrap.
literally the Polar Express.
1225, yeah. Allegedly the Polar Express.
Yeah, it wasn't built by
Lima. Or,
Yeah.
sorry, Baldwin.
by
Yeah.
Baldwin.
Ooh.
I don't really know
Yeah.
what to do with this area because I was supposed to put some sort of yard over here, and I don't have room for it at all.
Like, I hate the Berkshires as a concept, but like, I don't know.
But you like the Polar Express like every other child?
I'll give 1225 a pass.
I have to say on the subject of the holiday train this year, if it was just a concert and not a Christmas concert, it would be an awesome concert.
Just like a concert
At
by
certain-
rail.
At certain stops, like Dallas Smith and Mackenzie Porter, yes please, because I'm a country boy. Cornelia Towns and Freeland, yes please. Like, there's
You
a
know-
lot of shows.
You bring up having a country concert, and now all I can think of is the 1975-76 American Freedom Train.
Oh god.
The only time there was a concert in Union with the Freedom Train was here in Tempe, Arizona. And it
Wait,
was
why?
Johnny Cash.
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to think. I think it was in Sun Devil Stadium. We've had the Pope in Sun Devil Stadium, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
This place. It's great. But yeah. Oh, and also speaking of concerts here in the valley, another use for the Tempe streetcar has risen. It's called Innings Festival.
Innings Festival?
They're doing it again. Yeah.
What is
So,
is that a
how-
baseball thing?
Yes.
Okay.
You know how spring training, a lot of the stuff is out here?
Well, yeah,
because-
because it's not cold there.
Yeah, we have good weather.
Well, I wouldn't
Um,
say that. I would just say it's not cold.
Well, spring training is in the spring. It's
Yeah.
good weather here
Sure.
at that time. It's not the point where we start hitting 100 degrees on the literal regular.
Yeah.
But so they're taking over Tempe Beach Park again, which is like there are free stops within there's one stop that is borders right up against the park, and then there are 2 stops that are within like a block or 2.
Mm-hmm.
This year we get Red Hot Chili Peppers, Greta Van Fleet, Jimmy Eat World, Hozier, Macklemore.
Hosier and Macklemore. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like,
Yeah.
that's a crazy
It
line.
sounded like a
What the
banging
heck?
concert.
Chris
I was like,
Stapleton.
yeah, wait, what?
Um,
Yeah.
That's.
A
I
few
mean,
others,
I'm here for it, but like, damn.
We also have Dave Matthews, which makes me very happy. Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners. Never heard of them, but
I'm
well,
so
they're
off.
not-
hear them that. A few others. Yeah, they've turned it into 2 weekends, so something's gone very well on the economics side for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just waiting for, especially since it's 2 weekends this year, where I'm just gonna wait for next year's numbers for the ridership of the streetcar to go like through the roof. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
funnel into the public space. Do the thing.
Yes. Look at our transit. Ride the transit.
Yeah.
TVA says he's planning on seeing the CPKC holiday train. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I would like a holiday train. All right, here's my issue. We've got 15 minutes left. We'll probably wrap up a little bit early, but here's my issue: is, and I need to think about this a little more holistically. I need to think about this a little bit, like a little bit more top down. Once upon a time, the railroad did this. It went through here. It went this way. Now, this wouldn't have necessarily been a major division point, which is why I'm a little hesitant to slap down this giant old roundhouse, because it didn't become a division point until much later. You might have a rickety old engine house, and that's something that's coming to mind right now. So the main line went like this, and it was 2 tracks and it went around. And then they realigned the rail network, and they made 4 tracks that go this way. This became a Granger branch, and the yard for that, the original yard, was over here. Although this is kind of backwards. The yard should actually be on the other side, because this would have been main line, so the yard should be on the other side, which is annoying because I did these switches really nice. I mean, if we had 2 tracks, and
You could copy and paste the switches with the scrapbook tool.
can I mirror them though?
I wish.
Would you
Yeah.
like to hear a piece of New Mexican railway news?
I do. Just hang on a minute, because I gotta use the 2 brain. I gotta rub my 2 brain cells together. So this yard, I mean, it's technically, I guess it shouldn't really be there, but we'll say that the main line was on this side instead of that side. And it's been a long time. So the yard was in this general location on this piece of real estate. That means the engine house would have been over here too. The engine house is not over here anymore because there's one big one for the Gilson Eastern down here. That got added when all of this was relocated, and then when this got spun off into its own branch line, it needed its own engine house too. So I think that engine house is just going to be somewhere over here with no yard over here, because there was never a yard over here. Originally my thought was there would have been, but the more I look at this and the more I look at the history of the region, the yard was always over here, and it was never up here. So I just need to figure out what kind of engine house I'm going to use, where I'm going to put it, and then what's going to be there, because, I mean, we need a pretty good-sized engine house for a 100-mile long Granger railroad. As much as I like that turntable, or roundhouse, I'm not going to keep it. So, all right, tell me about the New Mexican news while I ponder a little further.
So, the president of Mexico, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, I believe I said that right.
We might have already covered this.
Oh, the fact that they want to use, they want to make passenger service
Yeah,
done by Terminus.
Yeah.
yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and how it's sort of he's approaching it in a very funny way, where it's like, we're gonna make you run passenger service unless you don't want to, in which case you don't have to, but then we'll do it. And I'm sure I'm sure every
This will
railroad is going to be
require
like,
electrification.
yeah, I'm sure every railroad is going to be like, all right, cool, you do it then. Like, have fun.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's based, it's cool.
So we have Via, we have Amtrak. Oh man, what's the Mexican one again? We called.
Locomotives to Mexico.
Well, we have
FP4s to
Well, we-
Mexico.
It's going to
we-
be
I
L
thought it already
train.
had a name.
we have
L Train
Ferromex.
Maya.
It'd be like Passimex or something.
Yeah. Simex.
Yeah.
Human
Uh,
X.
what did you say, TJ?
I said I thought it already had a name.
Well, this L Train Maya,
Nacionales de Mexico.
Well, that's like the
that's one of them.
that's
What
like
the-
the district or whatever. But like,
Yeah, we're forgetting the true name. The United, the Mexican Navy.
Stop.
Yes.
A two-stall car shop,
Navy.
short
This is
line
how-
railroad shop. You know what the problem with the JR shop buildings is?
Too modern.
Doors don't open.
Oh.
Like, what's the
Yeah.
point of these things? There are no tracks inside. There's no interior. The doors don't open. Why am I going to use these on a railroad? I can't use them. I can't put stuff in them. And I do want to use. I mean, let's see. I mean, what year would it have been when they cut this thing off? It would have been probably the 1920s when they were doing the thing. So maybe they would have got a new roundhouse. Or maybe they would have been run off of the roundhouse over here until later, when they decided to cut them off and make them their own railroad because they just didn't want to deal with them anymore. So, like-
Or they said screw it and didn't even have a roundhouse, just shed.
well, yeah, it's and that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out, like, it probably would be some kind of shed, but what would that look like? What era would that be, you know? This engine shed 4 industrial. This was the narrow gauge shed on the Iron Horseman. But that is a little bit too raggedy, and then this one is a little bit too, what's the word? British.
British.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ellis, you're making me wonder at what point I need to just like sit down and write the, the style that I have for that one series of books
I
from Coffee Shop.
think so.
Ooh.
The
What's
ones that I always fake out as,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tell you
yeah.
what
Okay,
to
yeah,
do,
yeah,
but
yeah. I know. Yeah,
That's like
do that for
50s.
Tolbrand.
yeah. I mean, I have a way I do Tolbrand, lore, but we have this 4-stall engine house. I just don't know if it's too modern.
Well, that looks like maybe late.
That looks like
40s,
something
early
that could have been
50s.
built in like the 1890s,
Yeah,
early 1900s.
it's
Maybe.
it's a little square, you know. And yeah, I mean this would make sense as like a. I mean, I kind of wish we could have like a
It might
3-stall
be like
roundhouse or something, but
So-
also
Second on the property.
Ooh. So hold on a sec.
What's
So
up?
that's the corn syrup factory.
yeah.
For like a bit of lore, could that be like the old corn syrup factory? We just put rails in it.
That's kind of funny, yeah. That's a funny idea. The other
the
thing is, I mean,
streetcar
we
in the
do
back.
have. I was gonna say we need a place to turn the engines around. Then I realized we have a Y right here.
why?
Because it's right here. And then this would have been double track once upon a time. It would have been built as double track. Yeah, I mean, my only thing is, if we have, I wish you could mirror all the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That would N3V, fix the AI first, but then get on that.
Fix the game, then fix
Yeah.
the AI, then
Oh yeah, that's right. Game's still broken, huh?
It's
Um,
only been broken for
Ever.
about as long as my brother's been alive. So that's getting on 17 years or more.
Because I'm thinking about, I don't know what kind of power the Mansfield Branch Railroad would have. but it wouldn't be anything new, and it's the 1950s, so they probably just have a bunch of raggedy ex Gilson Eastern steam engines.
Ex United States Army Switchers 060.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, this is a pretty serious railroad. I
No,
don't.
for the switching operation.
Oh, for the
I could see them
switching.
using an 060 tank.
Yeah.
Because you're switching a grain elevator and a corn syrup plant right next to your shed, right?
Yeah. The grain elevators are over here.
Okay.
Which
I saw the
yeah,
other set of silos, so I'm like, other silos.
yeah, these guys are here. This is going to be the main facility. I haven't finished it yet. Of course, this area is extremely under construction. Haha, like the name. And yeah, they run. I mean, they don't do the switching. They would do, I mean, a little bit of it with these industries. Which that one, and then there's going to be like a concrete plant over here. And then, yeah, they bring stuff in. The mainline jobs terminate in a yard that's going to be over here. And they cut the power off and then run it
Right.
back. Run that back across the main line, across the river, and then tuck it into the engine house here. And then a lot of the other stuff is just handled by Gilson Eastern, because this is their territory, and the Mansfield Branch Railroad exists at the permission of the Gilson Eastern.
Yeah, I could see like an 060 tank or tender, an 060 of some description, probably a 10-wheeler or a mogul.
The heck? Where did I get all these? These were all in the pack, so these are all on the DLS somewhere. I guess I have a bunch of 2716s now.
Wow, that came out in like the last game that they made that was the same.
2716s to Mexico.
Yeah, just wait until they do that. The real life tough guys.
Oh, for the sake of Tyler being here and Weibold not being here, Rio Grande. Just to annoy him.
Tucson. PRL2S.
Worcester.
Ben Neal Mikado.
All right, you don't need to bring me into this.
Yeah, that's TJ's catching strays.
What do we got for like
Monster.
Canadian stupidity?
I don't know what we have for. Hold on, let me just do CN. I probably should finish the track work and then try to fill the engine house, but I'm gonna have to leave anyway. All this, I type in CN, I get CNJ. No, what we do have is
Ooh, the cylindrical hoppers though.
cap.
Ooh.
Gonna put up
Yes.
the dang wires. We do have cylindrical hoppers, although they're a little bit too new for this.
They are very new.
We have the CNJ box cab, which I feel like could actually work here.
Exorient.
That would be really funny having it as electric.
Rotary gondola.
SD40-2.
Yeah, SD40-2, which is too new. Yeah, we don't have a ton. I don't have any like CN or CP steam that would go here. I have CNJ. Doesn't count. What about CP? And then I've got D10s. I think these are K and L, yeah. Or is this
This
K and
Trains
L?
Forge.
Oh, this is Trains
This
Forge.
is Trains
Okay.
Forge.
Why do I have these? Are they on the DLS?
Yeah, they're on the
I
DLS. They're on
think
the
so.
FPS route.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, those are good.
They're
those
really
could-
nice.
Those could be good for
Yeah,
a
it's
Granger,
45.
honestly. I mean, they totally fit because Canadian planes. Where's the? Yeah.
Flat. Yeah, that one.
Very tall tenders. Yeah, I mean these would be
Yes.
good for this, except these are going to be relatively heavy trains, so you've got to heft them over the thing in the middle. It'd be actually kind of funny if you had a banker on this railroad, specifically for shoving over the elevated portion here, where it has to get over the main line.
Oh, over the bridge.
Yeah, and then down
So-
into the rail yard here.
I think it'd be really funny. Like basically run it with 10-wheelers and then be
Mhm.
like, I have a consolidation or a decapod for that.
Yeah. You have a 210-2 just on hand specifically for doing this. I don't know if anybody else. I don't know if I have any 210-2s. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab Gloria from work. We're gonna wrap it up here. We covered a lot of news, so that makes me feel better about not having an actual Terminus podcast this set of weeks, this fortnight.
Fortnite.
Yeah, and hopefully we will return to regularly scheduled programming, or at least I will try relatively soon. But naturally, Locodome is still going on and will still be going on for the next probably 2 months. So tune into Locodome if you want to see some Locomotive Versus action. And hopefully next Thursday I will not have booked myself and we will be able to continue on this. But if not, it'll be for Locodome. Thanks for joining me, guys. Because this has been a great help in, again, just getting all the news, hitting the pressure release button on the giant pile of news we had to deal with.
The news.
And I'm just going to wrap things up here. So, as always, do the YouTube things, and also buy trading cards. And in case of emergency, call Conrail. Bye-bye.